Good evening. Welcome to the Toon review for the first of the double header over the weekend. Tonight and Monday, we have the commentary for the Italy versus England game from the San Siro Nations Cup game. Crucial to England. If we lose tonight, we are relegated from this band of the Nations Cup, which is quite important that we stay in it, although they are really glorified friendlies. But yeah, we've got that from the San Siro. Monday, Paul will be commentating on the England-Germany game from Wembley, with the added assistance of Alex as a co-commentator and pundit with him. So a new approach for us for Monday's game. We'll take some comments for, but the team's up. We have Tom in the house. Hi, Tom. Hope you're well. Even everyone, here we all are for Southgate Snooze Fest. No doubt Billy will keep us entertained. I shall try my damnedest. And Julie's also here. Good evening, peeps. Welcome to the show. Billy, welcome. Show Billy and the Toon review some love. Click that like. Most can watch game live, but no spoilers, please. If you haven't heard Billy react, don't put it in. Indeed, indeed, indeed. George is also here. George Ricards, songwriter. Good evening, everyone. I don't watch international footy. It's too boring for me, so I'm just going to listen while playing Football Manager. Good choice, mate. Good choice. Rachel's here, showing her love for fellow mods. Julie J's in the house. How are you, Julie? Hope you're well. Tony Tonbridge is here. An unexpected stream. Didn't know you did the England matches. Hello, Billy. We're going to start doing them with the World Cup coming up, Tony, and obviously during the World Cup we'll be covering all the England games, plus other games too. And Jim Pop says, good evening, hope you're well. Evening, mods. Stu's here. Hello again, Jules and Rachel. I'm not stalking you, promise, he says. Barbara's also in the house, looking fab in your England kit, Billy. Thank you very much, Barbara. Very kind of you. Tom says, well, Paul and Alex are commentating from Wembley on Monday. Indeed. Just as I'm commentating from the San Siro tonight. It's very warm in Italy here. I've gouged out on ice cream and pizza all day. Bit of pasta, bit of vino. It's all good. And Stu's saying hello to me. And Jules saying hello to Rachel. Evening, Billy. How are you doing? I'm good, Peter. I hope you're well, mate. Jake's here. How's you, Billy? Can't wait. Come in England, indeed. And Tony says, good, great stuff. Hope you're well. I'm fine. Lots of hellos going on. Daniel's in the house. Hi, Daniel. Hope you're well, mate. Evening, Billy. Del Piero looks well. He does indeed, doesn't he? He's not been retired too long, I guess. But yeah, it does look well. And he speaks very good English. I suppose that's Finns in America's doing the world of good linguistically. To be honest, the thing I'm most interested in whether people will sing Queen instead of King when the national anthem is played. Also, the Italian anthem's a bit of a belter, isn't it? Let's be honest. It's probably my favourite anthem. And Stu's saying hello to Daniel. We'll have a look at the teams. Interesting teams from a Newcastle point of view. We'll do the Italy one first. Save the best till last, hopefully. There's the Italian team. Donnarumma in goal, the PSG keeper. A back four of Di Lorenzo, the old man Bonucci, Acerbi and Toloi. Midfield three of Cristante, Jorginho and Di Marco. And Raspadori, Barella, who are flanking West Ham's centre forward, Scamacca. Not a bad side. Not a bad side. Going to be hard to break down, but some old legs in that back four, certainly in the centre of it. The England side, and there we can see the Newcastle United goalkeeper, Nick Pope, is in goal. And I guess you're not going to go to Italy and not play Pope, are you? Let's be perfectly frank. Back four of Kyle Walker at right back. Another right back at left back, Reece James. In the middle is Eric Dyer and Harry Maguire. And the least said about that, but they're better. And then we've got Declan Rice just in front of them. I'm guessing with Bellingham and probably Foden, I'm going to say. And then we're going to say a front three of Bukayo Saka on the right, Sterling on the left, and captain statue Harry Kane in the middle. Plenty of subs there to look at, but I can't see them. Kieran Trippier's certainly on the bench. Aaron Ramsdale also. Luke Shaw, Jack Grealish. Mason Mount's bound to be there. Mason Mount would get selected if he turned up with his legs amputated. But he hasn't been picked for the first 11, which is a very positive sign. That's the England side. Promises to be quite a good game, actually. Some very slow defenders involved. Let's be perfectly honest. Nathan says, Devon on the lineup, at least the wing-backs should get forward, indeed. Even though, what's his face, James on the wrong side. Tom says, Del Piero had a stint in Australia too. Indeed, he did. Yes, he did. Jules, mixed for me. I know singing King is right, but it feels like cheating. Yeah. No, it's strange. It's a new thing for us all, isn't it? Tony says, Tom didn't even sing Queen at funeral, which I thought was weird, but I think it's tradition indeed. Mark's here. Even Billy seems difficult to get up for these England games for me. Yeah. And Daniil says, no Spinazzola for Italy. No, not indeed. Great player, great left back. And centre midfield as well. He plays sometimes, doesn't he? Well, he's on FIFA. Carl's in the house. Hi, Carl. Hope you're well, buddy. Stu's, I'm here to support the Toon review. I'm not really asked about England, especially when Channel 4 kicks off their coverage with a very cringe advert about online abuse. FFS. It's great being lectured. Johnny's here. Looking forward to Phil Foden back in his proposition. Yeah, absolutely. Jim's here. Last time we played Italy, they cheated to a win. That neck down pull by Chiellini on Saka was a red and waved off. Let's hope it's a bit cleaner tonight. We played them also when we didn't we? 0-0 draw, wasn't it? Was it a ball draw? Yeah, in the first kind of round of these Nation Cup games. Is it not a back five with Saka as left wing back? I wouldn't have thought so. It possibly could be, I guess. Might work that way, couldn't it? Let's have another look at that. It's an interesting point, that. We'll have a quick look and see if that works, because it might do. Now, we put Saka as a left wing back. Move James to right wing back and have Kyle Walker in the centre. I guess that could work. Yeah. Possibly. We won't know until the game kicks off, I guess. But yeah, good point, that, Nathan. No, I hadn't thought of it that way, but you're quite right. And Johnny thinks you're right too. So yeah, the San Siro looks sparse. Yeah, to be fair, yeah, it is. It does look sparse. It looks sparse not only here, but also on the telly. At the moment, Gareth Southgate's talking to Kelly Summers. So it looks like he's saying that Saka is playing left wing back. So Nathan was right. I only realised today the game was in Milan, no Pope in Rome. Well, you got to spread the Pope out amongst the regional areas, I guess, in Italy. KB and UFC from Belfast in the house. Good evening, Billy. Ready to enjoy the magnificent, exciting, fast-track commentary from your brilliant self. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Yeah, it's a very interesting point about that England lineup, but they're in the tunnel now. England wearing that horrendous new strip, I believe, of the white with the blue all over the shoulder. It's not even got, to me, a design. It's just crap. Spacebar says still not a Macklin fan in Milan. There may be one tonight, I guess, and one may have gone to watch. So, but the only time they will be there. And Judy says, "Have you ever seen a Macklin in Milan?" There's possibly there could be some there tonight, or one or two. You never know. And Stu thinks Phil Foden should sign for the Toon. I'll be all in for that. Yeah, great player. I love Phil Foden. Love him to bits. Thinks he's a great player. Kick off in 7 minutes. I'll have another quick look at that England team and see if that would work as a back four. It looks like that's how it's going. 3 at the back. Walker, Dyer, and Maguire. Dyer sweeping, I imagine. Saka as a left wing back. Does that work? I don't think it's fair on Saka, if I'm perfectly honest. Especially once she's got... I mean, I can't see the subs. They're really small, but... I don't know. No, I'm not sure that will work. It's not fair on Saka. Yeah, so it could work with Saka as a left wing back, but I just don't think it's fair on Bukayo Saka. I think he's in the side as a forward player and should be used as one, especially he's got left backs on the bench. Luke Shaw's there. I know he's shite, but he's on the bench. I can't see if Chilwell's on there because it's really small lighting. I don't think he is, you know. But there's other options to play a forward player in that role. But there you go. That's what he's doing. It looks like that's how he's going. The players are coming out onto the pitch now. Italy in their resplendent azure blue. And England in their vomit white with bleh on the top. So out they come. They're coming out onto the San Siro pitch. And there isn't many people there at all. If I'm perfectly honest, it's very sparsely populated, as Tom says. Reece James has got a very interesting haircut, I've got to say. He's got a bit of a white and pink tint in it, which may be for a reason. Maybe this stuff we've heard this week about Harry Kane and the One Love campaign for the captain's armband in Qatar. Maybe some support of that. But I'm only surmising, I don't know. Gareth Southgate not got a waistcoat on tonight. Bonucci's in the shot at the moment, looking every inch, every year of his, however old he is. He's got to be 36 years of age by now. Missing his former partner Chiellini, of course, but Serbia who stepped in. He's not the youngest centre half either. But we do have a choir boy to sing the national anthem. That's a girl actually, but she's got choir girl's outfit on, and she's actually singing "King" as the anthem. God Save the King. So yeah, it's not full by any means, San Siro, which is a shame because the atmosphere that San Siro used to provide was something to behold. But as we ourselves knew when we played there in the European Champions League all them years ago. It's going to be an interesting game because Italy generally are a defensive side, but at home, can they really do that? Declan Rice looks very proud. They're all singing the national anthem, which is good to see. And there's actually a nice tribute from the Italian FA, a picture of the Queen on the scoreboard, notice board, with Queen Elizabeth II and the dates of her life next to it, the one we've all seen. So well done to the Italian FA for that. And now the lady who sang the national anthem has taken off a red choir girl kind of top and is now resplendent in an Italian kit. Very odd. Yeah, she had like a red coral chorister's outfit on. She sang the God Save the King. And then revealed this Italian kit underneath this red chorister's outfit. Very bizarre. But this anthem's a fantastic one, the Italian one. It's really boom, 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 boom. Well, I think it's great. But I can't hear it. It's got the sound off. But there you go. There's a Serbia there. I think he's over 30. Donnarumma, who's supposed to be the best keeper in the world. I don't think he's the best keeper on the pitch tonight, if I'm being honest. Mr. Pope at the other end, of course. But yeah, that's a very odd, bizarre arrangement with the singer. And that England kit, crikey almighty. Then the mascots who are wearing the England kit in front of the Italian team, obviously Italian kids, they don't look very happy to be wearing it either. But we've got the blimp shot of the San Siro. It's a wonderful stadium. But as Tom says, it's going to be knocked down in 4 years. So what a shame, because that is a traditional, fantastic stadium, world-renowned. World Cup 1990, of course, had many games there. Yeah, it's a fantastic ground. They've had some great sides there. The AC Milan side in the 90s and the late 80s. And in the 60s, of course. And Inter also have had some good sides too. That's the anthems done and dusted. The singer, the lady singer, looks very pleased with herself, especially after doing her costume change in between the anthems. She's now left the pitch, and the players are now shaking hands with each other. The Italian assistant manager, who looks just like Jim Royal out of the Royal Family, he's there. There's the Italian side. Cristante and Barella both had yellow cards. They were to get booked tonight. They would miss the last game against Hungary. England currently bottom of this group, of course, having been beaten by Hungary at home 4-0 in the last outing. But Italy look like going three at the back. It looks like Donnarumma, Serbi, Bonucci and Toloi in the back three. Di Marco and Di Lorenzo as wing backs, surrounding Barella, Cristante and Jorginho, who we know from Chelsea, and Raspadori and Scamacca up front. So, yeah, that looks a good solid side, and a side that's going to be hard to break through. The referee is there. It's Jesus Gil Manzano from Spain. Flanked assistant referee Diego Barbero and Angel Nevado, and the VAR man couldn't get that far. But Harry Kane is shaking hands with the Italian captain, who is Bonucci, of course. They'll be close to each other on the pitch as well, I imagine. But there they are, Italy, as always, in their famous blue. Famous for that. Not, of course, going to the World Cup. Italy for the second World Cup on the trot, which is amazing, really, because Italy were every World Cup until the one before this one, the one in Russia. And they've not qualified again, even as European champions. So Harry Kane's 3 goals behind Wayne Rooney and the all-time goal-scoring list. I don't believe either of them should be anywhere near that with penalties and San Marino goals and stuff. But there you go. Harry Kane's got a target to aim for. Vialli, of course, on the bench for Italy also, who also did a great job in England playing for Chelsea and managing Chelsea for a while as well, didn't he? And did a great job there. So Southgate looking pensive. The teams are both ready to kick off. Glasses will go on. Having a minute's silence, I believe it might be for the Queen. So while they're doing that, we will do some comments. And I can't see now, I've got that. Tom says the Italian anthem's the second best after the Brazilian. Well, that's a good anthem too, the Brazilian one, you're right. The singer has pink eye, bless her. Spacebar, love the San Siro. It's an iconic ground, it is. Stu says Del Piero and Put the Duties. He was some player, he was. And for a long time also, wasn't he? Had longevity. Like Totti as well. Totti, another one. It's very similar. Tony loves Del Piero also. Peter Bin's got is our anthem boring. Compared to Italy's, yeah. Tom says, strange surname of the Spanish ref, Manzano. It means apple tree. There you go. Stu says San Siro always reminds me of Italy 90. Epic tournament, plus we had a holiday in Italy just for the 1990 World Cup. Fantastic World Cup, that one, wasn't it? Really good. We're going to see the England formation now. Not keen on it in the home strip. Glad we're back in red for the away kit. Indeed, Tony, you're right. The actual red kit's nice. But yeah, they're kind of intimating that it's Dyer, Walker playing as a sweeper, which I don't believe will happen. I believe Walker playing the right, Maguire on the left, Dyer behind them. James as the right wing back, Saka as a left wing back, and Rice and Bellingham. It's like a 3-4-2-1 formation England are going with. There is no Cresswell on the Cresswell. What am I on about? Anyway, the game's kicked off and England have it. Eric Dyer lumps it forward to the far flank, looking for the Saka. The Italian defender gets head to it. Nice jump in the air, but the rest give a free kick for a push by might be Maguire. Italy quickly take the free kick, so off they go. He's passing it around the back, coming out here to number 3, Cristante. Am I right? No, Di Marco. Nodded forward. Harry Kane tried to control it. Knee must have armour in it because it went 20 yards forward. And Donnarumma gets to clear it. Headed down by Walker, not very good. But Bellingham has it now. Back to James. Going to go all the way back here to Eric Dyer. Dyer was going to go back to the keeper. Instead came forward with a little chip ball looking for number 11, who I think is Phil Foden. And Foden again starting on the right. That's a foul referee. He always give it in the end. That's a bad one as well. I think it's Phil Foden who's been kicked right in the shin, and it's not a very nice one at all. That rolling around in agony, and that's terrible. That's not good at all. Not a good one at all. That one very late. England get a free kick. It was Cristante, I think, number 16 with the foul. Already been booked previously in the tournament, but not for that. Dyer now to Reece James. Now Dyer again. On the far side he goes. Harry Maguire on the left-hand side. Inside for Saka. Back for Maguire. And then back to Eric Dyer. Back in the centre of defence. First time for nearly 2 years he's played. Reece James has it now. Now Kyle Walker. Just possessing football this from England. Not great. Nick Pope has his first touch. And he floats one out to the far side. Sterling waiting for the ball to come to him, and it was intercepted very quickly. Italy have the ball with it in their back four. It's with Acerbi. Back it goes to Donnarumma in the goal. Interesting that Nick Pope is the second Newcastle goalkeeper ever to play for England. That's an interesting fact there, but who the first one is, I wonder if the chat will know. Ball looking for, it's wherever hit. He was looking for the run on his far side, this near side, Raspadore. Nowhere near him. Mancini's barking out his orders on the touchline there, but England clear the ball, looking for Harry Kane, not going to reach him. Nodded back by Jorginho. Now it's with Bonucci. Plenty of time, no pressure. Not a bar of pressure on him. Little 1-2 there with Di Marco. Back to Bonucci. Long ball looking for Scamacca. No flag. He's in here. Goes for goal. Pope gets it down to it and parries it away. Should have been a flag there. And in the end, I think it did come, did it? Yes, it did. Wait till he had his shot. Then the linesman put his flag up. So it's a free kick for England. Raspadore got him behind, but he was offside. But Pope did make the save comfortably. And it's still 0-0. 3 minutes 22 on the clock. The ball's with Harry Maguire. He's going to take the free kick. He's going to go back to Eric Dyer. He does. Then he's going to go down the bottom here for Kyle Walker. Well, terrible ball from Kyle Walker, but he will get the chance to get it back. Now it's with Reece James, who loses it straight away to Cristante. Ball in. Nice effort there from the number 10, Barella. Telling lies, Raspadori. Block now, it's gone for a corner. Declan Rice managed to block it. It went to throw in, actually, not a corner. Cristante will take it here on the left flank for Italy, adjacent to the England penalty area. And territorially, Italy are in control at the moment. Back it goes now to Cristante. He's going to look for a cross. He gets a cross in over the head of Mick Pope, looking for Samaka. Oh, he's hit the bar. But I think the referee saw a push, did he? Not sure he did. Great cross from Cristante. And it's a corner to Italy. So I think Pope did get his hands to it. He did. He powered it onto the bar. And Harry Maguire panicked and kicked it out for a corner. It's a great cross from Cristante. Scamacca at the far post, out jumping Harry Maguire. Pope's hand onto the post. And then Maguire just knocked it out for a corner. Not the safest start we've seen so far from England. Comment on the screen. Corner comes in. Ooh, nearly fell for Bonucci at the centre spot, penalty spot area. Cristante crossed it in again, flicked away by the England defender. I think it was Maguire that time. Terrible clearance there. England panicking, trying to get it away. They have done now. Foden's going to try and get that. He's not going to win it in the air, but it'll be a throw in to Italy, which is going to be taken by Cristante, maybe 40 yards from goal on the left-hand side. Back they go. Constant Italian possession here. It's with Bonucci, centre-half position. Out he goes there to the number Acerbi. Back it goes. It's just constant possession here. Bonucci just in front of his own penalty area. Has it, plays it wide here. Acerbi looking for the ball inside. Nice little touch from Barella. Finds Scamacca. Scamacca's going to run towards the goal. England trying to get back. Scamacca goes from distance. Way too far out to beat Nick Pope from there. He must have been 40 yards out and it went wide for a goal kick to England. Good run that from Scamacca, but it could have gone a lot further than that, and shooting from there was ridiculous. Don't forget, people, if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up, give me a like. I've got 130 with you at the minute. Should have 113 likes, really. Just hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, which is possible, but very unlikely, but if you are and you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when we go live or upload a video. And of course, the option is also there to become a member of the channel. And super chats are also available by clicking the $sign and contributing what you fancy giving to us. It will be greatly appreciated. England have the ball now, back with Nick Pope in his penalty area. Plays it calmly out to Kyle Walker. Forward it goes then. Nice little bit of play from England. Harry Kane's no pace. And Bonucci steps in and plays it back to Donnarumma in the Italian goal. Donnarumma comes out here. Ball is with Cristante. Clears it one first time. Kyle Walker has it and he hoofs it forward. But Italy do pick the ball up just in front of their back for three. Back it goes from Acerbi to the keeper. Acerbi's looking for, Donnarumma's looking for a long clearance. Scamacca comes for it, but doesn't get there. Maguire nods it back to Dyer. And all the way back to Nick Pope in the England goal in all yellow regalia. Out here to Kyle Walker. Ball goes forward to Phil Foden, and now the run from Bellingham. And he's pushed over there. And the referee gives a free kick to England. The link is in the chat. Paul's put up for the Football Content Awards, of course, which we have been nominated in the finals for Premier League Club Creator Awards. If you don't want to go to that site and give your vote for us, we really greatly appreciated for the Content Creators Awards, which is in November in Manchester. But England have got the ball again now. Eric Dyer playing as a sweeper. Nice little bit of skill there. In forward to Sterling. No point trying to give it to Harry Kane on the run because he ain't going to get there. Bonucci stepped in and played it back to Donnarumma. Maguire tried to get... What's Maguire doing there? Pushed his way forward, trying to get to the ball, and in fact nearly pushed Declan Rice over to get to it. Italy have got it now, nicely nodded away from Dyer. Otherwise, England were in trouble. Bellingham has it now. Steps inside one, plays it out there to Maguire. Nice ball in to Saka. Now Bellingham, Saka again. And now it's with Declan Rice, Harry Maguire at the left back position. Back to Nick Pope, who controls it. Goes back to Maguire on the left-hand quadrant of the England penalty area. And now it's Bukayo Saka in left wing back. Plays it in there for Sterling. Well, that ain't great. That ain't great at all. Really poor. And Italy have the ball now in England half on that far left touchline, right touchline for them. But of course, cross comes in straight to the arms of Nick Pope. And he comes forward looking for an immediate release. Gets a bit of an elbow in the back from the Italian forward coming back. And he bowls it out to Saka. Saka has it now. Back to Maguire. Sorry, it's Rice, and over here to Walker, to Reece James on the halfway line in the right wing back position. Back to Kyle Walker. Has Bellingham available, goes backwards to Eric Dyer instead. And now to Harry Maguire, who has some space and runs into the Italian half on the left-hand side. Little ball inside for Sterling. Sterling couldn't control it. He was fouled, was he? Indeed he was. The Spanish referee gives England a free kick. Pushed over there by, I'm going to say it was Di Lorenzo, but I'm not certain it was. Number 4 for Italy, who is Toloi. So free kick to England, and we're about halfway inside the Italian half on the left-hand side. Going to be a cross to the middle, obviously. Italy obviously have some big men there. We can send forward Harry Maguire. Phil Foden's looking at it. I don't think he's looking for a shot. It's way too far out. Left foot. Probably going to bend it in between the goalkeeper and penalty spot and hope for an England head. Italy defending on the edge of the area. Here comes the ball in now. Cross it goes. It's a low one anywhere. Greatest one in the world. And Italy can bring it away. Foden's got it back. Deep in the half. Back to Sterling. Sterling takes it off his old teammate. Will come backwards here. Now it's with Harry Maguire. Can bring it down the bottom. No, he goes back up the top there. Saka. Now Sterling. Saka again. Looking for a pass. Can he find one? He's gone for a cross in the box. Looking for the head of Harry Kane on the far post. Gets there. But straight into the arms. Actually, it was Harry Maguire. Into the arms of Donnarumma. And an easy save for Italy. 0-0. 11 minutes have gone. So that's the website where the voting is. If you get yourself there and vote for the Toon review in the Content Creators Premier League section. That new top looks like something that's gone wrong in the wash. You're right, Daniel. It's terrible. Foden or Bellingham, who will have the better career? Interesting question. Anyway, it's back in the England defence with Kyle Walker. Could probably go all the way back to Nick Pope. He does. Nick Pope's got all day. No pressure, really. Little ball forward for Dyer. Now back to Kyle Walker. And there's no pressure from the Italian forwards either. So it's very testimonially at the minute. Certainly not like a Premier League game, and England should be able to bring the ball away with no problems. Harry Maguire, of course, whacks it forward. Good ball, actually. And now it's with Saka. Nearly got there. It's going to be thrown to England on the far side. Raheem certainly will take. Took it quickly. Back it gets as well. Jude Bellingham's in support. If he wants to give it him, he does. It's Bellingham now. Now down here for Kyle Walker in the centre circle. Playing in the position he does for Man City, actually. Coming in from the flank. Receiving the ball in an attacking position. Now it's with Reece James, and Walker's gone ahead of him. Back it goes to Jude Bellingham. Playing like an anchorman role. Now it's with Harry Maguire. England are getting a bit more territory now. Wide it goes there for Bukayo Saka. And back it goes then to Harry Maguire. So England playing possession now. Back into the middle of the park to Eric Dyer. Centre circle in our half. Forward for Bellingham. Back to Dyer. And it's all very pedestrian at the minute. Forward it goes. Nice little ball there, but it's overhit from Harry Maguire. And out it goes for a throw in to Italy. A turnover without any pressure on the ball whatsoever. Might have been Declan Rice with the pass, actually. Cristante with the throw for Italy. Forward he goes looking for Barella. Bad first pitch from him, and England are in here. It's with Sterling. Sterling's going at the Italian defence. To Kane. Kane, of course, goes for his shot from a ridiculous angle, and Italy can clear it. And Cristante does. And well played from Skabaka. They held the ball up brilliantly there. Really well played from the West Ham centre forward. Terrible pass, those cuts out. And England can come again. And it's with Harry Kane. Very deep. Goes past one. Gets in the area, Harry Kane, and is then robbed by the Italian defence. But England could win this back, nearly did. Nearly fell for Bellingham, but Cristante has it. Been hassled by Kyle Walker. Plays the ball onto that far side there. Barella, looking at the first time ball, is overhit that by at least 30 yards. And Nick Pope comes out, collects it safely, and rolls it out to Kyle Walker and forward now to Jude Bellingham. Declan Rice and Jude Bellingham again. Back inside there, Kyle Walker. It's Reece James, actually. I'm telling lies there. Dyer out to the far side to Maguire. Plenty of space for him. I think they're doing it on purpose. If they're going to give anyone space, it'll be Harry Maguire. Now it's with Saka. Back to Maguire. England doing okay at the minute, possession-wise. Not created really any chances, but Kyle Walker has it. Little ball forward for Foden, who's come deep to get it. Back to Bellingham, back to Walker, back to Dyer. And England can start from deep once more. Ball goes wide there to Harry Maguire. Back to Dyer. Kyle Walker's available if he wants to give it to him. Dyer's walking forward the ball and looks for a pass forward for Raheem Sterling, but it's cut out and Italy can come on a counter. It's with Barella. Barella comes inside one, plays it wide. Good ball too. Accidental free kick there to foul. The Italian players fell over Bukayo Saka's feet there. I don't know who it was. We'll soon find out. It might have been, I don't think it was Cristante. Maybe DiMarco. Number 18. It's Barella. There you go. So a dangerous free kick for Italy here on the corner of the England area. Their right-hand side. They were looking for a cross. Mancini's talking to Jim Royal, look-alike. Nick Pope is organising his wall. He thinks it could be a dangerous shot, but I don't think it's the angle for a shot. Bonucci's in the box. Serbi's there also. There's plenty of big men to aim for. It could be a kind of right foot bent shot in for the near post, maybe. But I still wouldn't think Nick Pope would get caught out by that. But will they float it? Will they go for goal? Maybe go for goal and hope for a parry from Pope. No, it's going to be a floater on. In comes Chick. Oh, he's left it. And now the shot comes in. It was kind of a bit of a skullduggery free kick, bit of secrecy involved, but it's gone out for a goal kick anyway. Oh, no, he's given a corner. You usually give a goal kick. Looks like he's given a corner now. Pointed for the goal kick, then decided to go for a corner. Strange. Which Italy will take. So it's going to take the free kick the corner now. In he goes, now swinger, looking for an Italian head. Finds one, but there's a bit of shoving in the box. And a free kick to England is given. So Paul says, don't forget to keep voting for the Toon Review in the Football Content Awards. The link is pinned at the top of the comments. Just go to Club Content Creator and the Premier League drop-down box and hit the Toon Review for a vote there. And you can keep doing it as well. You know, you can clear your cookies and go and do it again. Julie says, don't understand the playing out position. No, it's strange. Jack's here. Southgate playing a 4-2-3-1. At the minute, the ball's with Pope and he nearly give it away. In fact, he has given it away in the end, but it goes for a throw-in. Yeah, Rachel's right. Red and white for England, James's hair. Yeah, of course it could. Why wouldn't I think of that? Reece James, the aforementioned Reece James, perhaps like a throw-in. In fact, a lot of static players around, no one moving for him. So it's the thrown down the line to Kane. Now Bellingham, who's lost the ball straight away. The rest of a free kick. Foul by Cristante on Jude Bellingham, which I think was a little bit harsh, but there you go. Perhaps not. Perhaps not. Jules thinks it's the same for James's head. It's not Mings. Mings isn't in the squad this time, Bradley. It's Reece James, yeah, but I do know what you're coming from. Foden inside for Bellingham. Back it comes. That's a good little ball, that. Reece James pushed off the ball by the number 3, but manages to maintain possession. Walker does really well there. Gives it back to James, and now to Eric Dyer, advancing. Harry Maguire again on the left-hand side. Back to Eric Dyer. Will it come square for Walker? Yes, he does. Kyle Walker has it, and now ball forward for Phil Foden. Let the ball under his foot, but James was there to help him out. Now it's Foden again. He's very deep tonight, Phil Foden. Not going to be as dangerous for the Italian defence. Obviously, there need to get him up the pitch, but Maguire has it now in for Saka. Ball down the line for Kane, and Kane's pushed over. So it'll be a free kick. Halfway inside the Italian half. Foul by his old mate Bonucci. Cultured as ever, sparred straight through him. Free kick's been taken. It's with Jude Bellingham, centre field, about 40 yards from goal. Now it's with Saka. Ball inside, look for Sterling, didn't hit it firm enough, and it was cut out well by the Italian defence, who give it away again. Now it's with Sterling on the wide side. Its first touch is horrendous, and Italy can come away. But Declan Rice does get involved, but it's going to be a throw into England. Yeah, well played, Declan Rice. Had no right there to win that. Battling with the 18 Barella. Last touch was off. Well, I'm going to show it because you can't see it. But a nice tussle between the two of them. It was, the first bit of serious action we've seen, really. Harry Maguire back to Eric Dyer. And now Maguire again. He's got Declan Rice to the left of him, and he goes Declan Rice. Declan Rice could come inside for Bellingham, but he's going to hold on to the ball, maybe come backwards. He does. Harry Maguire's it now. All the way back to Nicholas Pope. He might go long. No, it's a cultured chip out to the left wing, looking for nobody in particular. Straight onto the chest of the number 4, Toloi. And now it's back with Bonucci in the Italian centre-half position, the captain of Italy. Toloi, of course, we saw at St James's Park playing for Atalanta in the pre-season friendly. Didn't really notice much of him, but Bonucci has it now. 170 caps Bonucci's winning tonight, and he's level with Chiellini. Now it's with the advancing defender of Italy. Number 3 has it now, who is Di Marco. Loses out, and Walker goes back to Nick Pope. Nick Pope takes a touch, delays his pass slightly and looks for a ball. Distribution ain't been great tonight, Nick Pope. Sterling lost out in the air. But a terrible touch from the Italian midfielder, and we got a throw in. 15 yards and a half, and Reece James will take it. Barella's touch has deserted him so far tonight. He's a good player, though, Barella. He could be dangerous. Dyer inside for Bellingham. On the far side to Maguire. Ball's put him out of his stride. He had to stop and receive the ball. Bellingham, football forward, looking for Harry Kane. Harry Kane comes down the bottom here for Kyle Walker. Hungary have taken the lead in Germany, by the way. It's an interesting result, that is. Score so far. Little ball from Reece James, a good one. Bellingham's made a good nice run forward and has it now, and he'll play it back for Foden, I think. He does. Here's Foden now in a more advanced position. Kane's very deep, and now it's with Bellingham again. Bellingham, bit of jiggery pokery with the ball, and out here to Reece James inside for Phil Foden. Little triangle ball, but going nowhere, England, really. Kyle Walker receives it and goes back to Dyer in our own half. God, Southgate, you don't have to play some boring football, pal. Declan Rice in the centre circle. Now it's with Eric Dyer, and Kyle Walker plays back to Nick Pope in the England goal, and now to Harry Maguire. Now Saka back to Maguire. England just playing possession football at the moment. Little bent ball round the Italian attacker, which was a nice touch from Dyer to Kyle Walker. Forward to Phil Foden. Nice little touch inside of Bellingham. The ball's on for Reece James, and Reece James on his bike down his right flank. Can he get across? If he can, he had Harry Kane advancing through to make the cross. Terrible clearance, but he's going to get lucky there. And in the end, Italy win a throw-in. But in the end, a nice bit of football played by England, but God, it took a long time to get there. It really did. Rachel asks, why is Maguire playing? Interesting question. I don't know. Julie J says, I wondered the same thing herself. Yep, I think a lot of us did, to be honest. Ball's in play again. Reece James won the ball, but unfortunately, Scamacca was being fouled in the back by Kyle Walker, pulling onto his shirt. Very good centre forward play again by Scamacca. As a hold-up man, he's been very good tonight. It was Eric Dyer, in fact, that was pulling his shirt. Italy have a free kick, 10 yards. I'm not from New York. 10 yards inside the Italian half, but they've gone backwards as well. So, yeah, two styles here are really not complementing each other. It's very, very slow, very pedestrian play. Italy go forward. Maguire cuts it out. Now it's with Bellingham, got a man on his back, Kane to Foden. There's 5 defenders back for it. There's a little ball over the top, and Sterling would have been a good one. Instead, he goes across the floor to him. Sterling cuts aside one, looking for a ball back, lost out. We'll give away a free kick. He does do. Sterling's not happy about it, but it was a free kick. Foul on Barella. Yeah, definitely a free kick. But Barella and Jorginho went together on Sterling there, and Sterling's looking very frustrated. He's not getting much service, not getting in the game much. When he has got it, he's not done a lot with it, to be fair. Italy have it with Bonucci, just in front of the penalty area. Harry Kane standing in front of him, ball inside, but gets it back off to number 10. Raspadori, who's come deep to receive it. And Toloi back to Bonucci. Down the bottom here for Acerbi. And all the way to Di Lorenzo back to the keeper from Cristante. Then Bonucci back to Donnarumma, and Italy now playing a bit of pedestrian possession football in defenders and goalkeeper. Back again to Bonucci. And then to the far side to Toloi. Down the line he goes this time. Nice little ball inside, little ball in the back, but there's no one running for that. Christ, it's terrible. Oh, dear me. Ball is with England now. We have it on the far side with Declan Rice. Inside, looking for Bellingham. Nice ball for Foden. First touch ain't great. He's played it back for Kyle Walker, who lays it forward to Reece James, who aimlessly gets it back. Nick Pope will get that. Bad ball to control, but somehow between him and Dyer, they've got it away. Now it's with Harry Maguire. Lets the ball run across him and gets a bit of time from it. And Rice is fantastically to step inside the Italian player. Good tackle from Jorginho, but England do come away with the ball. Bellingham to Foden. Can give it back to Bellingham here. Foden chooses to go across the player and lays it for Maguire and receives the ball back from Maguire. And England come forward with Phil Foden on the left-hand side. First touch from Raheem Sterling was absolutely appalling. And Italy can counter here. Jorginho has it at the minute. Jorginho, far side ball. Raspadori, I think it is on that far side. Could be Barella. Inside it. There's a chance here, but the first touch was horrendous from the Italian attacker. I could have had a shot on goal. Bonucci has it now. Nodded forward. It goes back to Italy and back again. They'll build from deep again, even though they're in a really good position. Acerbi down here for the blonde-headed number 3, who is Di Marco. Used to live in Walford, apparently. Beppe. Far side to Italy. Italy have got the ball. They're kind of coming forward with a bit more gusto here, but still very slow. Jorginho has it, centre of the park. Jorginho, no one really approaching him. It's a little square ball for Barella. Can come down the bottom here. He could have come to Acerbi, but instead he went back to Bonucci. Plenty of Italian players in space, all behind the ball, mind you. The ones in front of the ball have been kind of marked tightly. Far from Bellingham will be a free kick to Italy. Tried to get in, intercept it a little bit late on Raspadori and fouled the Italian forward. Free kick to Italy about 40 yards out. Be amazed if they shoot from this, but yeah, the ball came to the number 10. Raspadori, and his first touch was absolutely awful. And Mancini did not look happy about it, nor did Jim Royal sit next to him. There you go. Free kick. There's 2 of them over it. Nick Pope has arranged the wall. His quiff looks resplendent tonight. Very resilient. Kind of resembles, I don't know, Kevin and Perry. I don't know. Anyway, Italy took the free kick. It was short, and it went all the way back to Di Marco. Jorginho and Di Marco running across him, receives it again. He's got a bit of space now. We'll go for a long cross. Might be too deep. The Italian does well to hook it across goal, but Harry Kane managed to clear it out for throw into Italy. Level with the penalty area on the Italian right. Back it goes then. Toloi, and then back here to Acerbi, who receives it now. Square it goes. Jorginho picks up very deep. Ball on the far side. It's a nice little ball, that is. Saka's got to get back and defend here. Italy are attacking with Toloi. Between them, they managed to keep the ball, but they're running backwards towards their own goal. And back it comes to Bonucci in the centre circle. A possession at all costs here for Italy. They'd rather go back than lose the ball going forward, I guess. And who's to say it's wrong? But anyway, they got the ball again. Serbi tried to float it to the far side. I could only assume he thought the linesman was an Italian player because it went straight out of touch. A horrific effort of a pass. Bukayo Saka will take the throw in. Mancini, resplendent in bright grey suits, not John Major grey, but Italy grey, with a grey tie. Saka with the throw in, going to go long down the line, over the top of everybody, and Bonucci has it. And now Serbi in the centre circle, little chip ball looking for DiMarco to run onto it. Will DiMarco get it? He does. We'll go for a cross, but it's well cut out by Reece James and out for a corner to Italy. So they do come forward every now and again. So Hazard says, what do you think of the England lineup? Personally, the players are playing all right, but I don't like looking formation. Yeah, it's odd, isn't it? An odd formation. It's a new thing, isn't it? Whether Southgate's looking at the World Cup, but it seems a bit negative to me, if I'm perfectly honest. Corner from DiMarco. It's going to be an outswinger with his left foot, with his right foot. Sorry, out it goes. Looking, Nick Pope claims it. Good catch, but no pressure on him. Was looking for a quick throw, but didn't get one. So Nick Pope will take his time and bowl it out to Kyle Walker. And England can come forward with Jude Bellingham. Going to have to go back to Eric Dyer and probably to Harry Maguire on the far side. They can come back for Jude Bellingham, see? God, Eric Dyer just passed the frigging ball standing on him, dithering. And in the end, Kyle Walker was put under pressure and he had to play it back to Nick Pope. Now it's with Harry Maguire on the left side. A little bit of pressure coming now. Saka has it, the man up his back, but he gets it back to Harry Maguire. Nice ball. Sterling's first touch ain't great, but he's pushed over and wins a free kick. Foul boy Toloi, the Atalanta captain. England have took the free kick already quickly. Foden has it and plays it out for Maguire. Forward now to Saka. Back inside here for Declan Rice. Jude Bellingham's available. Probably going to go back to Saka. And on the top, Harry Maguire's gone advanced of Saka. Yeah. Rice and Dyer in our own half again. 31 minutes on the clock. It seems like we've been playing for 31 years, about 31 minutes, but the ball from Dyer was horrendous. Straight through everyone into the arms of Donnarumma. Bowler counts, Italy haven't had a shot since the 6th minute. So 24 minutes without a shot, which is, well, having said that, we've not had one at all, so we could hardly complain. The lack of attacking intent from Italy, to be honest. Anyhow, Donnarumma has it at his feet, plays it to Bonucci. And he plays it out for Toloi. Back to Bonucci. Forward to Jorginho. Little turn to get away from the on-rushing Rice. Jorginho probably come by the bottom. No, he's gone back up the top for Toloi again. Back to Bonucci. Italy seriously are playing very precise, going nowhere football here, but they get a ricochet back to Jorginho. Ball for DiMarco, and then it's, oh dear me. Okay. A shin out touch from Serbi. Awful touch. Eric Dyer out to Harry Maguire. Back to Eric Dyer. Now to Kyle Walker. Back to Dyer. Phil Foden comes deep to receive it. Will go far on the far side of Maguire. Does well there, Foden. Gives Harry Maguire a little bit of time to march forward, and march forward he does. Sterling back to Rice. Back inside for Sterling. And back to Rice again. And now back to Nick Pope. For fuck's sake. Nick Pope back out to Harry Maguire. And now it's with Eric Dyer. Can we actually have a bit of forward momentum, England? You know, try and go forward. You know, try and kick it away from your goal and go towards the Italian goal. Be nice. Just for once. Maguire now. Saka. Ball inside for Sterling. His first touch is awful again. Harry Maguire gets a header forward, looking for the head of Sterling, but ain't going to get anywhere near him. Toloi is robbed by Sterling. Does well there, Sterling. It was fouled there and gets a free kick. Well played, Raheem Sterling. Foul in the back from Di Lorenzo, in fact. It wasn't Toloi. Sterling did really well there, actually, to getting the ball back, and Di Lorenzo had to come for the back of him to get the ball. So free kick to England on the left touchline, halfway inside the Italian half. That's the best thing Sterling has done so far. Nothing going forward from England. No flair. No real idea. Set pieces has been their only chance of getting in the box, and Phil Foden will take this with his left foot. And there it goes, and it's in the box, flicked on, but headed away from Italy. Jude Bellingham picks it up to get marks in the area, deflected, didn't fall for Sterling. Should be a corner ball, that. Surely. I don't think we're going to get a corner ball for it because it's come off. It's a corner ball. Sterling didn't touch it. That's ridiculous to give a goal kick for that. Let's have a look. It's Reece James with the shot, actually. No, Sterling didn't touch it. Anyhow, corner ball, but they get a goal kick for it. Very strange. Which Donnarumma has taken and has received the ball back. He's got Harry Kane standing in front of him. He goes to the far side to Bonucci. Harry Kane's never going to chase that. Bonucci inside against Donnarumma. 35 minutes gone. Still no goals. Only one shot, if I can remember rightly. A good tackle in there for Kyle Walker. Phil Foden picks it up and lets the ball go for James. James got a bit of space here. It's Bellingham, in fact. Inside Harry Kane in the penalty area. Harry Kane's tried to cross the ball. Bonucci stood in front of him like a brick wall and will not let anything past. And it's a corner kick to England, but well defended by Bonucci. But well played Foden. Well played Kyle Walker on the interception. Corner ball to England. Not sure if it's our first corner. I think it might be. 35 on the clock. Maguire's gone forward. Dyer's in the box. Harry Kane's also in there, of course. It's a bit of height in the England penalty, in the Italy penalty area. Reece James is going to take the corner kick with his right foot. It's going to be an outswinger, looking for a head of an England player. Didn't fall for one. Maguire nearly got it. Foden did well to go past one, past two. Ball's come wide outside for James again. Can he get a ball in? Well, if defended by Di Marco there. But really, Reece James should have got that ball in the box there, but he didn't. Too slow, but well defended by Di Marco. It's another corner to England. Reece James again, but bit of trouble in the Italian penalty area there. Let's see if we can do it again. Declan Rice's gone and stood right on the goalkeeper. Reece James looking for a flick on the near post, I believe. Well, he did the last corner. Gone for it again. Little foot this time. Ball over the top. Yeah, straight in the arms of Donnarumma, who's throw it out quickly. Oh, that might fall for an England player, but doesn't. Doesn't the end. And Maguire does well to clear it out for a throw into Italy. Good job how Maguire made that tackle, because otherwise Italy were through. So he did well, Maguire, to get back and get a tackle in. Donnarumma's got the ball 20 yards outside the penalty area. Now for Acerbi. Down here for Di Marco. Not sure what that is from Di Marco. It's horrendous. Raheem Sterling has it. Looking for a pass. Harry Kane got in the way there, to be honest. And Harry Kane gives the ball away to Di Marco. Good ball this time from Di Marco. Now it's Skamaka. And on the far side it goes to Raspadori. Sorry, it's Barella. And now inside now for Cristante in the middle of the park for Italy. Forward it goes to Jorginho. Back to Cristante. Acerbi's available. Square goes the other side. I think he's going to go to Bonucci, is he? No, he's not. It's gone with Toloi. And Italy slow it all down again. And it gets very, very congested in the middle of the park. Ball's gone forward, looking for the head of Skamaka. Maguire tried to get in there. Good effort. Was blocked. Kyle Walker has to get that. His pace will make it. Now Dyer clears it. First time. Looking for the win of Kane. But Bonucci's not going to lose that. And in fact, plays it inside really well there. To the number 8 for Italy. There is a number 8 for Italy. So it was with number 3, which is Di Marco. Now it's with Serbia going forward. A nice little cross ball, but cuts out Reece James back to Nick Pope. And Nick Pope clears it first time down the park, looking for that Harry Kane. Bonucci wins that all day. Little flick on from Jorginho. And Italy can come on with Di Marco. And finally back, it goes then to Cristante in the middle of the park. Got a little bit of space to move into Brian Cristante. Ball goes forward. A bit of pressure on the ball there from Jude Bellingham. Yeah, in fact, it might have been Kyle Walker, in fact, but he's gone back to his position now. Italy coming forward. Jorginho, Cristante, ball forward. Did well to control that Raspadori. Phil Foden has it in the defensive area, back to Dyer, and he just aims it aimlessly up front away. Italy pick it up with Bonucci, and out to Toloi, back to Bonucci. And it will start from square one once again. Toloi plays it wide there for the man on that far side. Raspadori, I believe it is. And now it's Bonucci. And once again, the game has gone down to snail's pace again. Bonucci in the centre circle. Now wide to that far side on that left flank. Good ball inside. Cuts out by Dyer. Again, straight to an Italian player. Bonucci once again picks up the clearance. Now it's with Jorginho. Jorginho, a little slip ball to Cristante. Back to Bonucci and down this bottom for Serbia, who's got a bit of space to move into. He plays it to Di Marco. Ball outside James. Did well there, Raspadori to get a cross in, but it's cut out by Eric Dyer. Di Marco tried to clear it. Phil Foden's got in there and he's pushed over. We'll get a free kick. Well played, Phil Foden. Did well in a defensive role tonight. Phil Foden hasn't had much of the ball where we want him to have it in the attacking third, but did well there to get involved with number 15, the Serbia, and win a free kick. Which will be taken by Kyle Walker. 40 minutes have gone, no goals. Kyle Walker will take the free kick. Eric Dyer's gone very deep to receive it. If he wants to give it to Eric Dyer, he could come down the bottom here for each change, but it looks like it'll go long actually. And indeed he does, looking at that far side for Harry Kane to win the ball in the air. He does actually win that one. Raheem Sterling as well to take it down and give it to Kane. Got a run from Foden. Didn't really give him much option. He played it straight to his feet and not in front of him. But anyway, now it's with Reece James on his right flank. Reece James approaching the left back. In the area now, Reece James. It's not really going anywhere. And back it goes to Jude Bellingham, who's supporting him in the back. Ball inside the back of the defender. Reece James wasn't expecting it to go for it first time. And the ball ran out for a goal kick. It was Kyle Walker, in fact, with the overhit pass. But the back three ain't been too bad for England, actually. You know, we expected mistakes galore from Maguire and Dyer. But they've been quite resilient and solid with two of those. And Kyle Walker, of course, who always puts in a shift defensively for England. But it's a goal kick. And this time England are showing press. They're showing press this time. The two Italian defenders on each corner of the 6-yard box. Sterling showing press, but in the end, Donnarumma goes down the middle. Flicked on from Scamacca, and it's a good header too. It's with the number 16, Cristante. Scamacca lets the ball run across him, and the defender from back, Toloi, but he's cut out by Saka. Saka has it, can run here. Comes to Harry Kane, and Harry Kane's trying to use some pace, which he ain't got, but he's managed to advance it a good 20, 30 yards. He's going to go distance here, Kane, and blasts it high, wide, and not very handsome. Kind of describes Harry Kane in one, doesn't it? Apart from the wide bit. It's got well underneath it, put it a good 3 yards over the bar and wide also. But good approach played from Kane, did well to get forward, but in the end he was too selfish. Could have played the ball out wide to Foden, didn't do so and just started to shoot. From a silly angle, really, they're not going to beat Donovan from there. And yeah, Italy have it and cut out here by Jude Bellingham, does really well to step in and intercept that, but he's lost it straight away. Will he get a free kick? Yes, he does. Foul there from the number 2, Di Lorenzo. Not his first either. I'd say that was a bit harsh. I think he got on the ball there, but free kick in that area of the pitch again. It's going to be Phil Foden again, I imagine. Wide on the left-hand side. Already had 2 from this area before. Bit close to goal this time. Probably 35 yards out, but it's wide on the left flank for England. 43 minutes gone on the clock. There shouldn't be any injury time. Hopefully not. Floats the ball from Foden. Comes to look for an England head. Might find one. Last minute, the Italian defender got in and will go for a corner, I believe. Declan Rice doesn't understand why he's given a goal kick. I think he has given a goal kick again. We're going to see now if Declan Rice got his head on it. Nowhere near it. That's ridiculous. Bonucci cleared it. Nowhere near an England head. And the goalkeeper's gear. Well, he might give a free kick, I guess, but there's no foul there. I think he has to give a free kick. Ridiculous. Ridiculous referee from the referee there. Never foul there in a month of Sundays. Anyway, Italy come away. Harry Maguire nods it down. Here he is again. Inside ball. Nice little bit of intricate play from England at the back. Eric Dyer has it now. Now it's with Kyle Walker. Forward for Phil Foden. Now Reece James. Kyle Walker has it again. Kyle Walker, don't be too clever there. You'll lose the ball. Reece James, it wasn't a great ball from Kyle Walker either. And this, he did win it back. But straight away, Kyle Walker wins it back. And arses around with it again. And DiMarco got his foot in. But Kyle Walker not concentrating. He's prone to that sometimes. Isn't he? Lapse of concentration. Twice in 30 seconds there, he was guilty of it. But we got away with it. In the final minute of the first half, thank goodness, because it's been absolutely horrendous as a spectacle. But no goals. We look quite solid, England. We haven't really conceded. On the same token, we haven't scoring either. It's been one of those games, very slow build up from both sides. A lot of the ball in the middle of the park with the defences, but Nick Pope's cleared it long, looking for the head of Harry Kane, and gets it too. Kane's header just falls onto the head of Bonucci, who nonchalantly flicks it back with his head. Very skillful style. Still got it, the old fella. What a defender he's been for Italy with his old mate Chiellini. Of course, he's not playing now. The referees blew straight on the 45 minutes. Thank God for that. Not a second of injury time. It's been horrendous. It really has. I'm gonna go into settings here and get rid of something on my TV screen because it ain't been great, this kind of setup. And to be perfectly honest, it's been horrendous. Yeah, awful. Let's do some comments because we need something to relieve the boredom. Tony says, why Maguire? Yeah, why? But to be fair to Harry Maguire, I mean, it's been easy for him, I suppose, but he hasn't made him any cock-ups yet as such, has he? Jason says, Pope or no Pope? And definitely Pope tonight. Indeed. Father Jack's in the team. I used to know a song about you. Father Jack to a king. Anyway, I only support the England women now. These guys won't win now in our lifetime. They haven't won anything in mine yet. What time are you on, Bill? It's half-time, buddy. I should name it. It's Dave Besant, possibly the other Newcastle goalkeeper. Yeah, it's possibly him. Yeah. May have done. May well have done. Matthew Kingsley in March 1901 was your new English goalkeeper. Well, there you go, Robert English. Thank you for that piece of absolute superb knowledge. Where's my new kit? It's in the vomit bin, Jimmy. And Jim Puff says, wow, England are a bit shit. Yes, indeed. They are indeed. Carlos says, nicely poked between the sticks. Absolutely. Julie says, hello to Carlos. Nathan's 8 says, this is like a Sunday League match so far. Very sloppy indeed. What am I watching it on? Channel 4, Talizora. You can actually ask for these links tonight. Jim says, that's it, just Maguire. Awful balls into our front three to space bar. Yeah, ain't been good at all, has it? Carlos's missus got COVID. Hopefully you can Carlos' missus got COVID, so hope she gets better soon, mate. Sorry, Tony. Yeah, I'll do it in the second half, but I'll just keep saying minutes to go. But I will say, as soon as we start the second half, I will start. Backwards and sideways from England. Wake me up, indeed. It's been terrible. I need to get Paul to get a clock up on the screen. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. In the future. Yeah, I'll do it for the second half, Tony. You're right. I should have said it when we started. Andrew wasn't a fan of the shirt, but it looks smart on. I'm not so sure about that. Depends on Bellingham's next transfer. Smashed it in the Toon 5-0, says new home trip is dreadful. I've made lots of comments on the time, mate, to be honest. I'll do all the time. But I will when we start the second half, I will say kickoff is about to start. The new strip looks like a training kit. Looks like they're wearing blue scarves. Absolutely. Weird football being on Channel 4. It is. It ain't great either. Terrible, says Jim. Dreadful. Get Trippier on, he says. Nathan. Let's come further down because there's lots of comments here. Italians gone for Bobby Robson's 1990 suit. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of, actually. Yeah, that Bobby Robson suit that he wore, of course, famously at the end of the Germany semi-final when he came on the pitch to console everyone. Yeah, that memory ain't great, but that World Cup, shocking. How did Pope get away with that? Everyone's saying what's going on, really, but sorry, I know. I will do it second half, but I've been saying the times quite often. Chippers' sights are in again. Obviously, I'm not going to click on those. What we got here? Tony says, doesn't seem right Bonucci getting more caps than Chiellini. Play well, though, only Bonucci. Let's be honest, he's supposed to have the ED, I guess. But Steve says it's glad it's Friday, but he hates international breaks. A bit of a guessing game tonight. What's the scores? There ain't been any goals. Tony says Chiellini is hard to spell. I'm going to spell it. It's Chiellini. Hungry top of our group, they are. It was boring, says Carlos. Absolutely boring, says Carl. Roy's in the house. Hello, Roy. How are you, mate? The A1's here. Sorry, it's a bit late on Noisy Pope, indeed. The friends' comments are rubbing off on Billy. He's speaking in New York. I did do it for one word. I can't remember what it was now. We might need to put the women's team on. Do you know what? I won't be against it. I'm perfectly honest. Carlos thought I was commentating on the NFL, the New York Giants. Yeah, I was drinking my coffee. Yeah, there's that one word. Can't remember what it was, but it was funny. Iran beat Uruguay today, says Roy. Interesting. Plenty of changes to the squad, but at least I haven't forgotten how to fall over. Indeed, there was a couple of dies, wasn't there? Yano says, so for all the England talent available, we've got Harry Kane and the blockheads. Yeah. Hit me with the first time pass. Colton got excited, hit the like button. Wow. I mean, it has been pretty bad, I've got to be honest. Tony says, I don't even know how the Nations League works. Physical, it is. It's like a testimonial, isn't it? It's horrendous. Tony says, Billy's musk is attracting the sex bots. I don't blame them. You know, there's got to be a reason somehow for it. But yeah, if you do click on the three dots at the side of whenever they do, report them, get them kicked out. They certainly won't be getting them on here. England are certainly looking for more defensively sound with this back three. Not, says, yeah, you can't, Jules, you can't open the highlight of the night so far with the sex bots. Thing is, you just get the feeling at one point in the game that Maguire's going to make a complete arse of something and hand them a real good chance. And you just get the feeling. And Dyer as well. The two of them have got Rixton and Kai Walker's prone to lapse of concentration. So at some point, it's going to happen, you think. So if anyone would give a toss about the Nations League, does it matter if we get relegated? What would it actually mean? Not a lot, really. Anything for the TTR, says Carlos. How bad is Raheem Sterling in an England shirt? No productivity facet. He's had a poor game tonight. I must be honest. His first touch has been absolutely appalling. But I don't know. He has played well in the past for us. That's how I feel. Even if we win it, I wouldn't even. Don't know if I'd be that arse. Indeed, we got to the semi-finals last time, didn't we? Got hammered by Holland. At least England do it the fixed World Cups as Arch. Indeed, we are. I don't know how long for though. Football is like WWE pay-per-view every month. Absolutely, too much of it. See Pope in the dark in that strip. You would, yeah. It's very fluorescent, isn't it? How are we playing? Got to revive some top-class commentary. Indeed, Stephen. It's been very, 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 very tedious, if I'm being honest. No real clear-cut chances. Certainly none from us. Italy have had maybe one. A long-range shot from Scamacca, but a header from Scamacca at the far post, which Pope managed to just palm onto the bar. But no, a lot. Mr. Humphries in. Are you free, Mr. Humphries? If we lose both games, then surely questions need to be asked if Southgate is a man to take us to World Cup. It's too late in the day to be sacking him now, Mr. Humphries. Someone new is going to give informed players playing regularly for their club. So, well, we need the manager to do it now. But yeah, I think if we have a poor World Cup, I think he might be on his way. That's my opinion. We shall see. Hopefully, win a poor World Cup. Rachel says playing like this, England won't be getting out of the group stage. Every chance of that. It's crap, ain't it, Rachel? Says Carlos. Boring matches, Arch. Understatement. Tony says Bruce ball or Southgate ball. There's not a lot of fucking difference, if I'm perfectly honest. The difference is at least Southgate's got some decent players that he's managing to naff up. I mean, Steve Bruce had one good player and a lot of workman-like players that he managed to make unfit, but this is awful. There's no point going for a draw. We're not going to qualify. Go out and entertain. People flew out there to watch this. More for them, mind. But you know what I mean? It's an entertainment at the end of the day. We're not going to get anything from a 0-0 draw. Go out to Italy. We own one anyway for the Euros finals. Let's have a bit of revenge over them. We've got the players to do it. Let's pick them in the right formation and go for it. It's not hard. With a better manager who can utilise the players better, we would have won the World Cup and Euros. I don't know about that. The only reason why we progressed so far in both was because we had ridiculously easy draws. The World Cup one, due to us finishing second in the group. The only time we played half decent side, we played Belgium twice and Croatia, beat by all of them. So I don't believe about that. I don't believe that. We're absolutely dreadful at Spacebar. Couldn't agree more. Stephen's back. We had the best opportunity to do so in both competitions. Exactly. In both competitions. Exactly. Says hopefully they'll pull the plug on Southgate and put us out of our misery. Bruce in. That'll be interesting. Southgate out, says Rachel. And Carlos says, get yourself a gin. CSQN The Legion says McLaren ball. Another crap England manager. I think he's run his course at Spacebar, indeed. Let's all start a Mexican wave. Good idea. I'll start it. Go on. All the way around the United Kingdom, across the world, all the way around it comes again. We're going through around the United States, down across the Atlantic Ocean, back into the middle, and back again. There you go. And Rachel says she's about to pour a third gin. Happy days. You know what? I feel like having a drink now watching this. It's seriously, really. Andrew thinks it's like a pre-season friendly. Yep. Jed says, just knew this game would be like this. Bloody boring. It is. I might have to try and liven it up second half, but it's hard to. I like the classic England Euros where Umbro ones. They were the best ones in the 90s, 2000s. Yeah, I agree, mate. I agree. The Admiral ones weren't too bad in the late 70s, early 80s also. Well, hey, says Tony. You tried the ginger and rhubarb gin. Oh, we're talking gin in the comments. Sidewards and backwards and sideways and yeah, indeed. Another way, hey, I don't know what happened there, but it was at 22 minutes past, so we're looking at half an hour ago. Tony liked the last England kit with the badge and the sensor. Southgate's team, pure snooze fest, says Stu. Surely we've got better talent. We have got better players than this, but some of the ones on the pitch aren't being allowed to flourish in the system that Southgate's playing them in. The women's tops, what they had in the Fridays nights, I was thinking that's the new men's ones. I can understand and go along with a back three if we're more solid as a result, but we have more holes than the Swiss cheese. Boat and Foden, the only players playing anything like good enough. Yeah, I think you're right. I couldn't agree more, actually. Burn is better than Maguire, says Tony. Don't think you'll have any disagreement on this channel. Is Ivan Tony on the bench? You know what? I'll have a look for you. I'll have a look now. I'm not sure. We shall have a look. It's very small writing, and I'm very close to the mic, but no, I don't believe he is. Abraham is. Grealish and Abraham are the only attacking players on the bench. Same old story with England. Most of our players turn up for the Premier League clubs but do nothing for the national team. Sideways and backwards, absolutely. Question for Madison fans, how shit do you have to be not to make it? It's an amazing thing that he can't get. And he obviously doesn't fit. His face doesn't fit with Southgate, does it? Which if I was England manager, would make him perfect candidate to be in the side. Stu said hello to Andrew. Tony not on bench. Southgate thought it was more important to have three keepers. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. Bruce in says, you know. Harry Kane is now on the show. I don't know whether absolutely can't. I couldn't agree with you more. offers little. Southgate is a whopper. Tony, not even on the bench, says all you need to know about Southgate. Absolutely. Actually, while we're here, well, let's have a bit of a merch advertisement, shall we? It's been a while since I've done a merch advertisement. This is the stuff you can buy from my shop. New stuff on the way.
So let's get down to business.
I've been waiting, think I wanna make that move now. Baby, tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it now. I've been waiting, think I'm gonna make that move now. Baby, tell me how you like it.
Let's get down to business.
So there you go. That's all the stuff you can buy from our website. Lots of stuff there, mugs and such like. Where did I get to on the comments? Let's come down a bit further. Let's have some nice positive ones. There you go. Andrew says Kane is playing shite. Indeed he is. Sterling is a waste of space at this level, says Peter. Kane's not as good in the past couple of years, says Julie J. Well, you know, you've had a nightmare there. Bruce out, says Stu. Watching England is more of a duty. You know, it feels like that. A bit like going to the grandparents on a Sunday when you were a kid, boring as hell, but you went regardless. Kane's a good player, but he's never had pace, so he never looks exciting. You're right there. He drops too deep as well for me. The teams are coming out for the second half. Yeah. Cabbage head for the England job, says Stu. Rachel says, I'm sure I could be doing better things in the forward not to watch this match. Thank God for Gin. I'm sure you could, Rach, seeing what you were saying in the chat earlier. Bruce says, Tony, if we have a bad World Cup, I'll sack Southgate and try and get ready. I'm worried about that, to be honest. People say he won't go, but, you know, it's not often how many turned down the England job? Not many. I'll have a can to numb the boredom. I'm going to have a drink soon. Do you know what? I think they're down in a bottle of whiskey in one. Oh, dear me. Someone's been really nosy there, Carlos. Strictly's on, says Julie. Is it really? They're ready to go for the second half. Sorry if I haven't read your comments. I might go back to them in a minute because this is horrendous. But second half's out. Alves Costello there in the crowd giving the team a clap, the Italian team a clap. The referee is celebrating for the second half for some reason. What's this? Oh, it's a Serbi. Points to Evans. Must have someone close to him has passed away. I don't for 1 minute think he's doing it for the Queen. Anyway, I don't think there have been any substitutions. And quite frankly, I don't really care. Italy will take the free kick. Harry Kane, 2 armbands tonight, just 2 armbands. There's the started. We're off. And already Italy have the ball in their own half. Far side it goes. Looking in the middle for Bonucci with his blistering pace. Actually, it was a Serbi. Back to Donnarumma. And out to Bonucci, who's gone out to the left side in much the same way that Maguire was for the first half. Bonucci went for a crossfield pass a la Pirlo. Overhit it by 10 yards. And England have a throw-in. Rice to Saka. Back to Rice. Sterling steps in and loses out. Amazingly. Italy on the break. Scamacca as well. He's been their best player, Scamacca. He looked quite a good player, actually, tonight. On a field of turds, to be fair. Sterling with no effort at all there. And lost the ball. Bonucci wide then to the far side player, Di Lorenzo. Walker steps in, nods it down, and now Jude Bellingham has it, slips on the ball. Ball goes back to Dyer, whose pass is aimless. Di Lorenzo has it back to a Serbi. And now Bonucci. I think Italy have been brought someone, actually. No, it's not. It's Toloi. That's kind of fluctuate. Oh, a little bit of play from Di Lorenzo to try and get past Saka. Didn't work. Throw into Italy on the halfway line. Which Di Lorenzo will take. Barella back to Di Lorenzo. Oh, nice little ball inside. Italy looking for a crossfield pass there. It's a good one too. On the far side, DiMarco's got a play coming in. He went for a cross. Stepped in well there from the defender, Dyer. And England can come away. It's with Walker. Now James. Fouled there, I think, from DiMarco. The referee says play on. Stepped in there well there from Bellingham. And Sterling's ringing at the Italian defence. One way to the other. He's going for... Will he go himself? He's going himself. And I think he's fouled there. And he is fouled. The yellow card to Bonucci. Well played, Sterling. the referee isn't pleased about it. But the referee is pleased about it. But the Italian, I think it's Panucci that got booked. Might have been the number 18, Barella, trying to get back. But yellow card to one of them. It was definitely a foul, I think. It's a free kick to England, a very dangerous position. Pity Kieran Trippier's not on. It was Bonucci. That's a definite foul. Sterling fell over, made a bit of a meal of it, but it's a foul. Free kick just outside the penalty area. And it might have been Barella that got the yellow card for dissent, but he's still doing it, so maybe not. I think it's Bonucci. Strange Bonucci get the yellow card. That doesn't happen very often, is it? Anyway, over the free kick we have. It's a shame Kieran Trippier isn't on. This would be perfect for him. Yeah, Donnarumma's lined up awards. We're probably going to have 5 in it, I imagine, and maybe one lying across the back of them. Reece James is over the free kick. It's left of centre and about a yard and a half outside the penalty box. They have got to play a line behind the wall, and they've got four in it, plus 3 England and another England players to the right. James goes to float. That's horrendous. Get him off the pitch and get Trippier on. Fucking rubbish. Reece James took a free kick there, and it was more, I'm afraid, Sid James than Reece James. Absolutely horrendous. No technique, leaning back, foot under the ball, and sailed over into the Milan sky. Ridiculous. Anyhow, England showing press here, so Italy they do go short, and they've got Bonucci's got it. Sterling showed a little bit of endeavour to press, but England have it now with Declan Rice back now to Harry Maguire. It's going to go all the way back. Oh, a good ball from Maguire. So inside the defender, Bellingham lost it, and Italy come forward now with Cristante looking for a ball down the line for Di Marco. Will he get there? He does get there, but between James and Walker, they managed to sort it out. Ball from Walker to Rice. Gives a bit of effort to get there, but he did to get there. James now all the way back to Eric Dyer. And now to Harry Maguire. Got Saka with him. If he wants him, he gives it Saka. Player on Saka. Saka's been really, really starved here. I think it's unfair to make Bukayo Saka play there. I know he can do it. Harry Kane's stolen the ball here and is approaching the Italian penalty area. Bonucci's not going towards him. Kane's going to go and shoot here, definitely. And Bonucci in the end decides to step across, get his foot in. Brilliant defending from the Italian captain. Very calm. At first, didn't go to Kane. Let Kane get as far as he wanted. Then when it mattered, just stepped in and said, you ain't going nowhere, Pally. And stuck his foot out and blocked the Kane shot, which may have been going wide anyway. But England do have a corner, which will be taken, I think, by Reece James on this left-hand side. And if it is a Reece James corner, it will be an in-swinger, of course, with his right foot. And it is Reece James who comes across with his red and white dyed hair. Had a little bit of joy from corners first half. Not an awful lot, but more joy than from anything else. Let's see what this brings. So Reece James has got a short play. He's gone for a deep one with the in-swinger. There's a push in the back there. It's going to be a goal kick. Not a bad corner, but no effort really to get the ball. And look, Eric Dyer may have took an elbow to the face here. I don't know if it's Dyer or Kane. It's one of them. It's one of the two of them. He's holding his face and he's down. Head injury. And I wonder if we can get a VAR film. It's Harry Kane, in fact. And he doesn't look very happy at all, although he doesn't look happy at the best of times. But if he took an elbow to the face, we'll see here. We might get a VAR ruled in. Possible. Might just be a head-on-head collision with Toloi. Toloi's holding his head. Kane's rose. Yeah, it's head-on-head. It's more actually it's cheekbone on. Ooh, dear. I mean, it's not going to make him any uglier, but it looks painful, that. He's whacked his cheek. Oof, right onto the forehead of Toloi. Oh, that could be a broken jaw or something of that nature. I mean, it might correct his speech, I guess. Shouldn't have said that. Anyhow, the England striker is warming up. We only have one striker on the bench, and that is Tammy Abraham, of course, who's plying his trade in Italy at the moment. I will be well known to the Italian centre half, so I can't see Kane continuing here. Nasty injury, this. Could be a real nasty one. Oh, there's lots of... Well, it doesn't look any uglier, to be fair. Yeah, a little bit of claret around. Yeah, maybe lost a tooth or two, but surely he'll come off. No point keeping him on. He'll want to stay on, of course he will. But it's a really nasty collision. Not sure what the ball had gone, but he kind of went to head it and he whacked his cheek against no sportsmanship from the Italian defenders there, consoling Kane as he was down injured. Kane's up on his feet now, mopping away the blood from his mouth. 52 minutes on the clock, guys. I didn't synchronise at the start, did I? But we're at 52 and 45 now. So when we get to 53, I'll tell you, we're going to get to 53 in about 7 seconds. Sorry about this. I forgot to synchronise the clock. 53 minutes now, and you'll be level with me if you pause it for that little brief period of time to get you with us. Italy have carried on now. I don't know if Harry Kane's on the sideline. I'm assuming he's come off for a little bit of treatment. But there's no point playing on with an injury like that. Bonucci's gone long, far side, looking for Cristante. I'm back against Cristante. Now it's with the Serbi. Back here for Jorginho. Over this far side to Toloi. And inside again for Jorginho. He'll try and pick a pass here. Back it goes to Toloi, and they'll build half in England, half. Barella. Nice ball over the top, looking for the running side, but Nick Pope's alive to that, comes out and catches it. Very aware, very alert, keeping from the England goalkeeper, Nick Pope. Harry Kane looks like he's ready to come on. He's not going to let anyone else have a chance. Of course he's not. Harry Kane, it's his ball. It's his kit, his team. He's the captain. He takes the throw-ins, penalties, corners, drop balls. Makes the tea, cuts the oranges. Jude Bellingham steps in here, and England on the attack. Jude Bellingham has it, plays it out for Phil Foden, gets into the penalty area, turns back and gives it to Reece James. Square now to Declan Rice, and down the bottom here for Bukayo Saka, who could have had the ball in an attacking situation there, but the ball was 5 yards behind him. Maguire is very advanced. Foden, James, Foden, Walker. England keeping the ball quite easy here. Dyer, all the way back to fucking Pope. This is pathetic. We just had the ball in our penalty area not 4 seconds ago. 54 and 43 on the clock, people. England very negative, and now Nick Pope's overhit his pass. It's a throw into Italy just in their half. Oh, dear me. I think Harry Kane's about to come back on the pitch. The fourth official is having words with the England coaching team, Steve Holland. But Italy are playing on now. Ball inside. That's a good ball. Bit of trouble here for England. Scamacca. Again, nice ball inside. Italy could have a chance here. England panicking. 6 and 7 at the back. Stepped in from Sterling. Maguire can clear it aimlessly just to get it out of the way. Is his tactic there. And Italy pick it up in their own half with a Serbi. Back to Donnarumma, and they can build from deep again. But yeah, a little bit of trouble there for England at the back, and they were a bit panicky, the back three that time. Not as solid as they've been so far. Donnarumma goes for the ball down the line, but Reece James will win in the air, or should do, and nods it out for a throw-in to Italy, just inside our half on their left-hand flank, which will be taken by Dimarco. And back it goes to a Serbi. And now Bonucci, the captain, who shows the ball inside Kane, goes past him, does a little chip ball looking through the middle for Scamacca. Raspadori, ball in. Dimarco's in, one-on-one here with Pope. Squares it. What a plank. Barella put it wide. Only him versus Pope. Stretched it, made a right cock up of it, put it wide of the right-hand post. Goal kick to England. Should have been 1-0 Italy. A bit of action, folks. All right, the wrong end of the pitch, mind. But great play from Scamacca. Took the ball down. There's an offside there anyway. Dimarco's offside, so it wouldn't have counted. But Barella stretched. He wasn't to know that. Stretched. The flag went up in the end. But Dimarco was offside. The ball across was good. Too far in front of Barella. Stretched. Couldn't get hit on target. But it was all academic anyway. Even Jim Raw's got off his seat, which you don't see very often. He got off his ass. But it's a free kick to England. Terrible from England. Give the ball straight away. Italy on the attack. Giving away in the midfield. I think it might have been by Foden. But Bellingham's done well to win the ball back, has he? And he wins a free kick. Brilliant, Jude Bellingham. Foul against Scamacca. He doesn't understand why. Jude Bellingham did absolutely outstandingly well there. To get in front of the ball and get in front of Scamacca. Scamacca's tripped him and clipped him over. Good decision from the referee. Free kick to England. Fantastic play from the young Brummage Jum lad, Jude Bellingham. 57 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, and Italy are looking like they're going to make subs. Jim Royal's got... see, I'm saying Jim Royal, but I'm actually getting hints of the old... I don't want to say his name, but the chap that used to Pet Hospital, Animal Hospital, that plays Didgeridoo. Looks a little bit like him as well. Can you guess what it is yet? That bloke. Kids love it. That was the advert you used to do for swimming years ago. Nothing at all to do with the alleged offences. Well, offence he committed. Awful offences. And if anyone's offended by that, I'm sorry. Anyway, Italy are pressing the ball in the England defence. Stood it as well to hold on to it. Saka had it now, and he can actually run at the play and loses out. But it's going to be a throw into Italy. Did really well there. The Italian right back Di Lorenzo to win the ball off Saka. I do. We have finally had a shot to space bar. That was great for Twickenham. Throw to Italy. Taken by Di Lorenzo. Back. Oh, tried to float it in. It didn't work. And now England can break. Harry Kane's going to take Lorenzo. He should have took Bonucci away from Bellingham. But didn't. Foden on the far side. Looking for a chip for the far post. Nodded away by a Serbi. But good defending that from a Serbi. But good kind of intuitive stuff from England. What? They're giving a free... What? It's not... There's no offside there. No offside there. What's that linesman flagging offside for? He's not offside. Well, that's a load of bollocks. Absolute bollocks. The minute Foden got the ball, he got his flag up. Absolute nonsense. He wasn't even offside. Italy get a free kick, but that's absolute bullshit, I'm afraid. You know, not a minute ago, at the end, the linesman could have flagged, done the same thing there. That's the rules not to. That linesman on this side is straight up with his flag. Shove up your arse. Anyway, nearly a bit of excitement now for England. Eric Dyer's doing a bit of skillful play at centre. Nice ball from Foden. Bellingham now advancing forward. He's got Kane to his right. Kane's got it. He's got two in the box to aim for. Hard and low. Oh, almost no goal by the number 4, Toloi. But wide for corner it went, but only just wide. Well played, England. Nice move. At last, we're seeing a bit of football. You know, amongst all the tedium, a bit of football broke out. Great cross from Kane. Toloi knew what he was doing, really. Hit it with his left foot, so he wasn't ever going to guide it into the goal. But at first viewing, it looked like it was close. And Donnarumma wasn't that worried, really, but he covered the shot just in case. Could be an in-swinging corner from Reece James again. 51% possession England, 49 Italy. It's been that kind of game. An hour on the clock, 60 minutes and 7 seconds. Ball's deep one again, looking for Harry Kane. Nodded back. And, oh, that's a foul, referee. That's got to be a penalty kick. That's got to be a penalty kick. How is that not a penalty kick? That's ridiculous. Foul on Jude Bellingham. Inside the area. I think he might have been just gone on the edge. The refs not give anything. It's outside the area. It's a foul all day long and the refs give nothing. And it ended up with Jude Bellingham doing a somersault. The ball had gone, but it's still a foul. You know. Bellingham's down, but that's a free kick. And the referees, he must have seen it. Christ, Jude Bellingham ended up doing a somersault. Let's come down a bit and get some comments. I'm going to miss loads of comments out, guys. Sorry about this. It has been boring, so let's try and get some exciting bits. Where we're going to be. This is like two bald men fighting over a comb, says Spacebar. Lewis UK needs to get rid of this back 5 BS. Southgate enters the dictionary destined for poor substandard excrement. Yes, I do. I agree with that totally, Tommy. He's an absolute waste of space, isn't he? No, I'm not sure about that. So now looking at it from this angle, you could actually give it a free kick because he had nowhere to go, did he? The Italian defender. The ball was nowhere. It had gone. Ali 236 says the midfield been so bad. They're starting to get into the game now, though. I was looking forward to watching Isaac, not Harry Kane, I guess he meant. Looks like Italians are making subs. It looks like Barella's going off. He's been poor. What tune is that song to, mate? I'll have to have a look, see what that is. Yeah. There you go. That's the one there. World in Motion. Of course it is. Bellingham's okay anyway. No intent on anything. Just abysmal Sally. Millie C. Edwy Howe would be a great England manager, maybe in a few years, but won't let him go yet. They're bringing on Pobega, the number 6. He's coming on for... Well, actually, first they're bringing on... Well, taking Skamakov, who's been the best player. And the Italian winger, fucking hell, what sort of name's that? Ganonto is coming on. And Pobega, the number 6, is coming on for Barella, I think it is. Yeah, it is. Barella's coming off. Pobega's coming on. Ganonto has come on. It looks like a... I've never seen him play before, but I'm going to say he's a speedy winger type player. He looks a bit like Raw Fox kind of build, you know. Italy bring the ball out. Bellingham's back on the pitch. We can play on 63 minutes on the clock. Will be a bit of injury time this second half, unfortunately. But the game has improved a bit the past 10 minutes. Let's hope it continues in that manner, because the previous hour was horrendous. Long ball looking forward from Italy, looking for the run, but didn't get there because Diakut's out. Now it's gone on. So he's in the middle of the park, actually. Number 6, Pobega. And then out here to Toloi. Back to Pobega. He's out of Serbia. Very, very forward. That's a foul there. Flagged by the linesman. Fouled by Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire's made his cock up there. Sure, that's what the score is. It's no goals, nils each. Needs to get trips on instead of Saka. He's in the wing back. He's also, but the thing is, he's on left hand side, isn't he? It's a foul for Maguire. Free kick in a dangerous situation here. Raspadori will take it. It's on the left hand edge of the area, just by the corner of it. Plenty of big men in the middle. Mancini's looking very excited about it. He thinks there's something coming from this, and he could be right. A very dangerous free kick. Raspadori's out there taking it. Pobega's in the box. He's a big lad. He's only just come on. DiMarco's also over it. DiMarco's going to in-swing it in. Great header there from, I think it's Dyer, to clear it. Nodded back in from the Italian players. Defended there by, looks like Harry Kane. Great little back flick there. Italy in the box here. Good fist away. Got mixed up between punch and fist and said pissed. Wouldn't say Funch, it'd have been far better. But anyway, great little back heel from DiMarco to set Raspadori free. The cross nearly got to the Italian player, but Nick Pope, in quite unorthodox fashion, managed to punch the ball away for a corner. Unorthodox is kind on him. Ganonto with a shot off the head of Maguire, I believe. Another corner to Italy. Ganonto looks quite dangerous, I've got to say. Look at the Garth Crooks about him. Spurs strike for the 80s, of course. For all you oldies, youngies wouldn't have a clue what I'm talking about, except he's on Football Focus or whatever it's called these days. Final Score, whatever it is on BBC One these days, is on that. Talks a load of bollocks now, but he's a good player in his day. Corner to Italy. Left-hand side, DiMarco will take it. DiMarco has nice bleached blonde hair. Very erasure. Let's say erasure hair. The referee's got his eye on Bonucci and Dyer. Dyer's a little bit taller than Bonucci, but Bonucci's got lots of nous. We'll probably have a bit of brain power over Harry Dyer. Corner comes in. Pope punches. Could have caught it. The ball hasn't been cleared yet. Has now, though, and stirred it. Oh, it's back again. Italy. Oh, it's a free kick to England. Foul on, I'm going to say, Jude Bellingham again. He's in the wars tonight, Jude Bellingham, but he's had a battling game. If not, we're kind of used to see him and do things for Dortmund about the ordinary. That's a bad foul, actually. He went to volley it. Didn't realise Jude Bellingham was there and volleyed Jude instead. Anyway, it's a free kick to England, which Eric Dyer will take. To Declan Rice and now to Kyle Walker. Reece James back to Walker, and there's pressure on here from Italy, but Walker goes over the top and out of play. Very aimless. One thing about Kyle Walker's game is his passing, isn't it? His distribution. Not good. Italy have already started, and it's with Leonardo Bonucci. I think that's his name. Lenny Bonucci. Let's call him that. Back with Donnarumma. Bonucci's available again and receives it just on the edge of the area. Long ball looking for Well, he's found him actually. Nice ball too. Pobega. Far side it goes to DiMarco and all the way back to Donnarumma. And now it's with Acerbi. Acerbi meandering forward. No pressure on it. Gets to the halfway line and plays it back to Bonucci. Bonucci looking for a long pass again, spraying it forward over the top of Walker. It got there too. Bad defending from Walker. Let the ball fall over his head. Inside ball, shots, and a goal. What a great finish that is. Kyle Walker let him shoot. Terrible defending. It's Raspadori with a rasper of a goal. Yeah, can't argue with that. That's a brilliant finish. Kyle Walker. That's why he probably shouldn't be playing centre half in the World Cup. Let the ball bounce over his head. Raspadori did brilliant. Great finish. Rolf Harris is clapping with his didgeridoo. The Italian defence are very pleased, and now they're going to, obviously, this is Italian, it's their paradise. Get a goal and then sit back on it and defend it for the next 22 minutes. But a brilliant finish from Raspadori. What a fucking goal that was. Over the head of Kyle Walker, terrible position. Walker got back in front of him. He stepped inside him and bent it round Eric Dyer into the bottom left-hand corner. Pope had no chance. It's a great ball from Bonucci. Picked out the pass, great run from Raspadori. He miscontrolled it. Walker managed to get goal side of him again, but then Raspadori cut inside and then bent it into the far corner. It's a fantastic goal, great finish. This is a new wonder kid, isn't he, of Italian football? But he won't be going to the World Cup, unfortunately, because they haven't qualified. But still, England are trying to get back into it now. And it's lost to DiMarco in the left-back area for Italy, and he's cleared it down the field. Bellingham gets it, flicked on from Foden. Reece James, back to Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker looking for a pass. He finds Bellingham. Declan Rice down the bottom here for Harry Maguire. And back to Eric Dyer, showing no urgency of getting back in the game. England at all here. Declan Rice square to Kyle Walker, sorry. Declan Rice. Jack Grealish is about to come on. Saka. Back to Maguire. And now Eric Dyer. Managed to keep the ball for 30 seconds, but managed to move absolutely nowhere. Nice ball from Kane to Phil Foden. Phil Foden's got the play in front of him. He goes wide there to Reece James. Inside for Foden. Great interception from DiMarco. Well stepped in from Bellingham. Probably been England's best player tonight. Kyle Walker loses out. Not a free kick. The ref's given one, though, for pushing the back, but that wasn't a free kick, in my opinion, from Pobega. Hard name to say. It's like Bodega, but with a P and a B instead of a B and a D. 70 minutes on the clock for all you folks that are still with me, all 135 of you. And I'm very grateful for it too. Been an awful game, but brought to life with a fantastic goal there from Raspadori. The change is going to be made. Jack Grealish is going to come on. Surely he's not going to take Saka off for him. And now Saka looks like he's staying on. I wonder who's coming off. Are they going to make? In fact, are they making the change at the moment? They might wait after this free kick, which Kyle Walker's going to take. In he goes to the box, looking for an England head. I think Eric Dyer got his head in it. Aimless. And out for a goal kick. Knives in the house. Hi, Billy. Great stream, mate. Smashing it. My guy. Great watch along. Thank you, mate. V for Vendetta. As long as Southgate is in love with Maguire, the human fridge, we won't ever drop this back five negative crap. 2 quality centre backs is all that should be required. Now, I guess John Stoke, took Saka off. You've got to feel sorry for Bukayo Saka, playing in a foreign position to what he usually plays, left wing back. Having no chance of showing in an attacking sense. And they're also bringing Luke Shaw on for Kyle Walker. So they're going back to a back four now. Dyer and Maguire in the centre. Shaw at left back. James right back. Going to a back four. Poor Bukayo Saka. That is really, really bad on him. Dear me. What a shit manager Southgate is. An absolute prick of a manager. Anyway, Italy have the ball in the back four. They'll be happy with this now. How many years of Italian football have we watched to know that if they get a goal lead, they're going to sit back? It's not often they go for the second one. Anyway, Bonucci has it. Kane's pressurising him of a sort. Lovely pass from Bonucci to Pobega, and he volleys it back to keeper. Donnarumma chips it forward, looking for Cristante. DiMarco steps in. Nice little header. Now it's with Jude Bellingham. A little back flick. Didn't work, but Jack Grealish steps in and plays the ball back to Harry Maguire, who's now in a centre-back partnership now with Dyer. Doesn't fill you with confidence, what I say, but now England have the ball. Bellingham. And now it's with Harry Maguire. Grealish, Shaw, loses out. Now it's with Gnonto, Cristante, Di Lorenzo, back to Jorginho. And now Toloi and Italy playing the possession game, which they're very capable of doing. Donnarumma. Oh, nearly got caught out by Kane, but made a bit of a mug of him in the end. With a bit of skills from the keeper, the PSG keeper. Italy coming again now. This is good football from Italy. They've done well. They've gone on so pushing the back there from Dyer. Free kick to Italy. Most blatant pushing the back you'll ever see. Hee-haw. 2 free kick specialists, right backs, and neither is on the pitch, says Tango Wife, indeed. I'll tell you, Donovan made Harry Kane look a right mug there, which ain't hard to do, I guess, especially now he's had a bit of a facial injury as well. Tanguy Vivian says, keep Trippier on the bench, keep him fit first. England don't deserve his quality. I agree. Gnonto chests it down, loses out. Declan Rice has it now and plays it out here for Luke Shaw. Inside now for Harry Maguire. Far side for Reece James. And down the bottom here for Luke Shaw again, who's going to get pressurised, but he plays the ball quickly to Harry Kane, who's offside. He let it go. And Toloi will tidy up back to Donnarumma in the Italian goal. Back to Toloi. And now Cristante, pressurised here by Declan Rice. And ball's gone out of play for an Italian throw-in. You'd think Bruce and the management team has turned it on, indeed. Fox says, Sunday Pope with errors like that is why he won't be England's number one. I'm guessing you mean the crappy punch that went out for what's name for a corner. Maguire back to Pope now. Pope has the ball with the ball at his feet. Now it's with Reece James. Bit of pressure on him. Back to Nick Pope. Nick Pope curves the ball out here. It's not even great, that. Terrible for Nick Pope. Distribution has been really poor tonight. Luke Shaw didn't give him a great position, to be honest. He'd come too far in field. Should have been on the flank, ready for the ball to come out to him, but I'll make an excuse for Nick Pope there a little bit. Gnonto, that's a nice bit of football, but Gnonto didn't read it, and Nick Pope is able to come out and pick the ball up. And he will look for a throw out to somebody, taking his time, and bowls it out to Eric Dyer, who plays it for Foden, who loses it immediately. Di Lorenzo. And now Cristante with the ball forward, headed away from James. Now it's with Jude Bellingham. All the way back to Nick Pope again. Italy are suffocating us in their own half of the pitch here. Bellingham back to Reece James. Ball for Kane. Little touch is good. And Phil Foden moves on to it and approaches the Italian half. Jack Grealish's first touch is awful. He has Phil Foden inside him again, but he didn't see him. Plays the ball outside, and Luke Shaw across the box. No one in the middle to take it. It's going to come out to the number 4, Rice, who goes square. Bellingham should shoot, doesn't he? Goes to the far side. Ball comes across. Great save, Donnarumma. Again, great save, Donnarumma. From Harry Kane. 2 shots from the corner of the area. Harry Kane has it again in that same area again. Cross comes across. It's cut out by Pogba. I can't even say his name. Pabega. And DiMarco did brilliantly to escape the England clutches there. But England come again. And it's with, that's a great tackle on, I think it was Grealish. England putting a bit of pressure on here, which is good to see eventually. Bellingham inside for Sterling. Sterling going past one. Got the pace, goes, he fell over his own feet. And Serbia did well to stand up to him. England win the ball back again. Very much resplendent of Forest against Newcastle earlier in the season. They're giving the ball away. It's on regular occasions. Grealish is going nowhere. He wanted to pass the ball instead of running across there. He was being fouled all the way across. Bellingham now has it to his fellow Birmingham fella, Grealish. Wide there to Reece James, who's very advanced. Reece James doesn't cross first time. Holds on instead and will come back here for Foden. Ball inside for Bellingham on the edge of the area. Will he shoot? Probably not. Ball out down the bottom here is with Luke Shaw in the corner of the box. Back has to come backwards. Rice will go from distance, cuts inside Ganonto and comes back again to Harry Maguire. Far side, Reece James. Concerted pressure from England here. Bit of movement inside for Kane. He didn't get there. It wasn't Kane, it was Grealish who came across from his wing position while shepherded away from a Serbi, and the ball came through to Donnarumma. Sure, Banana Man, we did a song about him many years ago. But it's great goalkeeping, Donnarumma. The shot from Kane was good, but he got up. Harry Kane's not beating him tonight. I'm telling you that for nothing. 77 minutes on the clock, nearly 78 minutes, in fact. 1-0 to Italy. It's been a much better game second half, although the scoreline isn't in the England's favour. The football itself has been good, and all we could ask for really after the first half was disgusting. Declan Rice all the way back to Nick Pope. Nick Pope's got to be alert. Ganonto's quick. Nick Pope gets his foot to it and blasts it straight out of play. His distribution has been absolutely horrendous tonight. Might be sensationalising it a little bit, but Harry Kane is a shot straight at Donnarumma. Donnarumma powered back to Harry Kane again. He's on the floor and he shoots again. Donnarumma straight to his feet. Brilliant goalkeeping. Really good. That's why he's in contention to be the best goalkeeper in the world. Him and Manuel Neuer, I guess the two of them. Can Foden get that? He gets a nod on it, and can he get to it? He can. Foden widen that far right-hand side, and back he comes to Reece James. Did well there, Phil Foden. Now it's with Sterling. Good ball. Jude Bellingham was very advanced. Ball inside for Grealish is the pass just lost out. But one back from Declan Rice is really well there. The referee's give a free kick. You fucking twat, referee. That wasn't a free kick. Must have been for the earlier foul. Foden looks like one of the only ones with a bit of bite about it, and the rest are so static there's no concentration or urgency. I agree, Vortex, you're quite right. And Tom says Southgate out bruising Bruce, and 100%. Mark Armstrong says falling a kit with that shit show, it isn't great. It's much better now. New ordering, yeah, World in Motion, mate. That's the song you're on about. Italy have continued now, but good job for you. But thanks, Mark. Italy on the attack with Di Lorenzo, back to a Serbi. Terrible pass from him. The first touch from Maguire is horrendous, but he did well to carry on. And Kane. And now it's with Jack Grealish. Plenty of space for him to move into. Oh, you pit pony. Oh, that's a foul, referee. And he's given it eventually. But Jack Grealish is a proper show pony there. Getting the ball in the box. Yellow card, though, for the foul by Di Lorenzo. Was a bad one, to be perfectly frank. But Jack Grealish didn't need to be in that position. He could have crossed the ball in the first time. Maybe there wasn't on the box for him to cross to. He almost lost it to the number 8, Jorginho. Then he was fouled by Di Lorenzo. Yellow card for the Italian right back. Free kick to England. Corner of the Italian area. Could this be the equaliser? 145 in the chat. Give us a thumbs up if you like what you're seeing. Well, if you're seeing this, you probably won't be liking it because 1-0 to Italy. And before the goal, there was a little bit of good football. But apart from that, it was shite. But Italy are bringing on Blackadder, looks like. He looks like Blackadder. Then who he is? Raspadori's gone off. And Gabbiadini has come on. That's a name to conjure with. Gabbiadini. Macklem bastard. Marco. What a tosser he was. Anyway. Free kick to England. And it's... I'm going to say Reece James come out this side again. It is Reece James going to swing it in. Any flick from an England player here will be good. Straight at the keeper. That's bollocks. James, that's shit. How fucking frustrating. England again with it. Jude Bellingham nearly followed the ball. Luke Shaw has it now. And down the bottom here it comes for Reece James. And now to Jack Grealish. Grealish comes backwards and gives it to Reece James. He's fouled again. And he'll get a free kick. They're kicking shit out of Jack Grealish, which most weeks of the season I'll be quite happy with. He's in an England shirt tonight, but literally everyone's kicking him. Oh, dear me. That Ganonto's gone right in on his foot. Got assaulted by his own player afterwards, but yeah, not nice. I think they've been told to kick Grealish, and as I say, I'm usually all for it, but playing for England tonight. Declan Rice, he ain't had a bad game to be fair for England. Harry Maguire to Eric Dyer. Out the far side to Reece James. Not a lot of options for him, so back to Dyer he goes. It'll come to square for Maguire, and probably down the bottom here for Luke Shaw. Now he's played it inside for Declan Rice, who runs onto it well, then gives it Luke Shaw. Jack Grealish has made himself available. Luke Shaw did well to come inside, give it Kane. Kane lost out there. Ganonto. Italy could be in there. Needs an England foot in and gets one. Eric Dyer did really well there to get in there, and Reece James can come away with it. Now Sterling. Sterling comes inside. He's been having his shirt pulled all over the place by a player who's been booked to. But Grealish is coming inside, gets the ball back to Bellingham. James. And back to Eric Dyer. 82 on the clock, guys. 1-0 Italy. Brilliant goal from Maspadori. It separates the two sides at the moment. Reece James has it far side. Now Jack Grealish is floating around a bit and gets fouled again after the ball's gone. They definitely attacked Jack Grealish campaign. They just slowed in him at every opportunity. Back on his feet again. This time he doesn't get attacked. But he has it again now, Jack Grealish. Giving him every opportunity and can get him in the box. Again. Keep calling him again. Anyway, Bellingham has it. Steps inside one. And it comes on the other side. Might have a go from distance here, Bellingham. With the approach playing, the skills were great. Sliced off his left foot. Very wide, very high. And it's disappointed after the moves he made to get there. Pope doing okay. Good to hear the commentators bigging him up and trips up, says Ali. Don't blame the players so much. It's Borgate shite, boring tactics, absolutely. Nighthawk responds to England when Southgate is manager. Yeah, indeed. World in motion. Fox says tomorrow not playing in his home stadium is his grace. I agree. I totally agree with you. Easily our best centre back on form. Absolutely 100%. Misses up the M1. Only watching this because Pope's on the pitch and showcasing the UFC and support. Thanks very much. Appreciate that with the A1 and the A1 family. It's a goal kick to Italy. 83 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Let's do this last. We could all start picking on Klopp again. We could. Long clearance here from Donnarumma. Down the pitch. Dyer's beaten in the air from Pobega. There's a ref giving a free kick now. He's played on. He looks offside, but he's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Great save, Pope. Blackadder it was. Gabbiadini. Jack Grealish will step in. They're still playing on. No offside. Gabbiadini to DiMarco. Oh, it's in the post. The player slid in to put the empty ball in the net. The ball into the empty net. Didn't get to him. Ganonto. Italy could have had two there. Number 4 is well beaten there from Eric Dyer, I believe it is, it came out to him. The Italians thought they'd scored then. To be quite honest, I thought they had as well. But it wasn't offside. Gabbiadini played it out for DiMarco. It was a cross ball. It hit the post, fell to Luke Shaw to clear. But yeah, had it not hit the post, there was an Italian player sliding in just tap it into an empty net from less than an inch away. So throw into Italy. Andrew says Del Piero is one of the best players I've seen play to class. He was a fantastic player. Southern George in the house. Sacco left back is absolutely. I agree with you. That's not the position. Southgate is a clueless coward. Put a plank of wood in charge. Anyone's better than that. Absolute idiot. You're not wrong. More change from Italy about to be made. 85 minutes on the clock. But don't be surprised this is defender, by the way. I'll be happy to seal up a 1-0 win here. Cross comes in. Italy actually don't usually do this, but Ganonto's taking on Luke Shaw. Still maintains the ball. Little back flick from Grealish. Gives it Shaw. Back to Grealish. Well played that from England. Grealish is fouled. Manages to keep on his feet. Goes inside 3 or 4. Gets a free kick. Plays it quickly to Eric Dyer. Surely he'll go to Reece James. He stops, in fact, to come inside for Jude Bellingham. Back to Dyer. Across here to Harry Maguire. Now to Luke Shaw in the left back position. He goes backwards. We need a goal, lads. Fuck me. Give it keeper. Come on, go back further. Eric Dyer has the ball. Foden with a little touch for Reece James. Ball in the back looking for Sterling's run. He's pushing the back. It's a free kick all day long. And do we get it? Foul from Toloi. Must be a free kick. Must be a free kick. Absolutely must be a free kick. He's definitely bars in the back, pushed over. It was ridiculous if he doesn't get a free kick for this. I think they've given Italy a throw-in. I don't think he has given a free kick. But that's it. Some questionable refereeing decisions being made here from the Spanish referee. Bit of a Latino loving going on here, I think. Not suggesting anything, of course, but the 15 will take it at Serbi. Long throw, looking for an Italian head. Bounce over everyone. Declan Rice as well to win it. Now Bellingham tries to give it back to Rice, but it's not going to. It does get to Rice in the end. But Italy will break here. They could actually kill this game off here if they wanted to, I think. Cristante back to Di Lorenzo, and now number 4, Toloi, over to Bonucci. Ball inside is a good one. Jorginho being pressured. Left there for DiMarco's cut inside. Nice ball. Went to Blackadder. Didn't get it. And now England can clear with Luke Shaw. Looking for Grealish. Actually, it's Kane. Loses out in the air. Di Lorenzo in the area. Just give me a goal here. Oh, he's fluffed his lines out at the end. I think it was Cristante at 16. It was 8-7 on the clock. 8-7.5 on the clock. In fact, still Italy 1, England 0. Like watching old England, this sideways and backwards, been pulled all the way through this group stage, man. Proper style football. Absolutely. Must see the changes are. The 7's coming on. Who's coming on here? The 13 and the 7. And DiMarco's going off for number 7. He's running his socks off tonight with his bleach blonde hair, his Gascoigne haircut. His Fratesi is coming on. Fratesi. So Rage is going off, Fratesi is coming on. You've got to give a little respect to him. He's played really well tonight. DiMarco. So he comes on, Fratesi comes off, and Jorginho's, I've never seen him play this long, 88 minutes, 8.5 minutes, and off he comes. He will be replaced by the number 13, Emerson. Another, I think, ex-Chelsea player now, isn't he, Emerson? Yeah, he's left back, isn't he, generally, but Emerson on for Jorginho. England play from deep. Pope goes to Dyer and out to Reece James. Looking for a long ball. Doesn't actually go anywhere. It's ricocheted off an Italian player for England throw very deep in our half. We're in the final minute. There will be some injury time in this second half. We've had the Kane injury. I think we have another injury as well. Didn't we, to Bellingham for a little bit. So we'll probably get 4 or 5 minutes injury time. It's a throw to England now. The Spanish referee sending him virtually back into the stands to take the throw in. It comes to Nick Pope. Nick Pope's going to have to play this with 30. He lobs it out to Harry Maguire. And Maguire can come forward. We'll probably give it to Luke Shaw, but Maguire keeping the ball himself. And he just gives it to Luke Shaw in the end. Luke Shaw on the left flank here. Cuts inside. Into Declan Rice. Declan Rice plays it square for Eric Dyer. And now it's with Reece James on the wide right. Ball inside for Sterling. Sterling's first touch ain't great, but he gets the ball in. Bellingham doesn't manage to get on the end of it. Italy clear it. Gabby did it as well to give it to Gononto. Ball for the breaking number 2. Defenders played really well. Di Lorenzo. Gononto has on that far right-hand side. Going at Reece James. Gononto cuts inside Reece James. A bit of skill. Gononto goes for the cross. Blocked away by Eric Dyer. It'll be a throw into Italy. And we are in the final. It was 6 minutes of injury time, in fact, of which we're in the first minute of it now. Just started. 6 minutes, yeah. So we had the Harry Kane injury, facial injury. And he's still on the pitch now, Harry Kane. I don't know. We've got an Italian fan on the pitch. What a plank you are, Polly. And what the Channel 4 cameras are showing him. Hopefully they'll show the stewards beating the shit out of him, but they don't. They pull him off the pitch. Don't know what he was on the pitch for. Like watching on the edge, just in that one, Paul. Yeah, you're right. Andrew, great player, shit pundit. What are you on about? Del Piero. Southgate wouldn't know his best team, even if it jumped and bit him on the arse, as Peter Binns. I think you're right. There was no passion, there was no aggression, there was no mindset in this team. Ali, I think you're right again. Throwing is about to be taken. And they get a cross in. Can Grealish stop it? He can. Does well like Grealish. Gives it to Bellingham and wide here to Foden. Back to James. England can clear. Oh, Christ. Nice bit of football there by England to get rid of it. And Harry Maguire can advance out the pitch. And he's making rapid progress in Harry Maguire speed. Going about 3 miles an hour. But he did well to come away with it. Balls with Bellingham has been closed down by Gononto. Out there to Grealish is on the far side. Chris inside Grealish. Might go from distance for him. Might go with Grealish. Plays it for Luke Shaw instead. Got Harry Maguire in the overlap. Now it's with Jack Grealish who's going to tackle himself here. Yeah, he does. Loses out. Jack Grealish. What a fucking idiot. But this might fall for England again, and it does. It's with Reece James Now it's with Raheem Sterling on the far side. Got 2 against him. Potentially a third. Back to James he comes. Going to come away back, isn't it? Now Grealish. Grealish leaves it for Sterling. Sterling's got a bit of space to move into here. Choosing to go backwards instead for Eric Dyer. Dyer's first touch ain't great. Then it goes back here for Shaw. And now Declan Rice with a little bit of space in front of him. And he takes advantage of it. Cuts inside. Rice from distance, straight to the chest of Donnarumma. No hint of a fumble from the Italian keeper. Safe as houses. And it's in his arms. But a shot on target from England, which is rarity in itself. Rare as hen's teeth. World in most. I got the title wrong. Vortex was correct to me indeed. Donovan's wasting time here. We'll come back to that comment in a minute. We're in the 3rd minute of 6. Grealish has it, chests it down, is pushed in the back, and Grealish is booked for descent because he's getting a foul against it. Grealish has been kicked from pillar to post. I think he's given a free kick away. I don't know why, but he has, and Grealish has mouthed off at the ref and got booked. Yeah, they've tried to decapitate him, cut his, break his legs and all sorts. He's bit of descent and he's booked. Unbelievable. Still, he's a prick, so he deserves it. Italy have the ball on that far side. I can't see it because it's in the way of the distance. England win it back. Sterling, cynically fouled by Pabiga. And England have a free kick and they're throwing their eggs in the basket for a long free kick here. Gononto goes to the stands on the ball. But the ball's gone to Reece James. A bit of space for him. Can he get across? And he can. Nowhere near an England player, mind. Rice, there's a foul from Rice there, but the ref didn't see it, and England get a throw in. Deep in the Italian half. Oh, terrible there from Dyer. Gononto wins it. Gononto's probably got the pace of him past all these here, and he's fouled by Reece James, and there'll be a yellow card for that, surely. Yeah, cynical from James, but well, the second half's been better, but it's been an awful game. And Southgate is horrendous. Surely the World Cup could have been at a different time, especially for Premier League players if we don't get winter break like most leagues. It's because of the heat in Qatar, isn't it? Stop. Is there any score? There is. It's 1-0 to Italy with 2 minutes to go of the 6 minutes of injury time. Southgate's looking very pensive. I hope there's a P45 on the way for him. Don't think it will come before the World Cup, mind. But this England team, devoid of confidence, devoid of ideas, devoid of any positive kind of things to talk about, really. All the great players we have, and Gareth Southgate's managed to mould them into a pile of shite, which is a feat in itself, really. You've got some fantastic players, really have. Some of the best players I've had for years. And England on the attack, Reece James on the right side, kitchen side for Sterling, who's shot a little bit deeper. James as well. Can you give it back to Raheem Sterling? No, he goes for cross himself for the head of... Oh! And it was the head of Jude Bellingham. Just over the top. Should have done better than that, really, Jude Bellingham. He's played well, Jude Bellingham, actually. One of the few bright spots of a very kind of dull performance from England. But 5.5 minutes of the 6 are up. Reece James got a good crossing. Great jump from Bellingham to out-jump the number 7, who's just come on, but just couldn't get any downward purchase on the ball. It was... Yeah, if you could have got some downward purchase, he may well have scored. Time's almost up, folks. 90 minutes plus the 5 minutes of 50 so far. 9 seconds to go. Referee's going to blow for time as soon as he can, I imagine. England might get one more chance. Ball there for Harry Kane. His first touch, absolutely appalling. Like he's wearing Doc Martens. Will the referee allow us to take this throw in? I'm not sure if he will. England wasting time over the throw in. What a fucking bunch of idiots. And backwards they go with the throw-in as well. Jesus Christ. We're going to run out of time here. Harry Maguire. Bit of a shimmy. Glenn Roeder-esque. Ball down the line from Luke Shaw. Bellingham has moved very much forward here. Good fall for Jack Grealish, and the referee's going to blow up his knee. No, Grealish goes backwards again. Will receive the ball back, though. He's got a man on him straight away. Jack Grealish going to have to do something special here. Ball inside. Grealish going to lose out here. No, he doesn't. He cuts inside. He's being fouled there, referee. Fuck's sake. No free kick. Absolutely pathetic from the referee. Had his shirt pulled left, right and centre. Italy break now with the number 7. Whoever he may be. I've forgotten. Italy are happy now. 7 minutes have been played of 6 minutes of injury time. So this is the end. and England have managed to lose again in a 1-0 defeat in Italy. Final whistle hasn't gone yet. Italy are in the corner, just playing with it, and there's the final whistle, all done and dusted. Italy won, England 0. Fantastic goal to win the game. The Italians have won 1-0. Gareth Southgate's men fall to another defeat following the Hungarian one at home, the 4-0 one. Obviously not as bad as that, but still a pretty poor performance. Very toothless up front. Yeah, not a lot to really say much about it. Trying to play tiki-taka, what we get is Kaka, yep. Playing Saka at left back, wing back. Never played there. He's a right midfield player. Southgate has lost it. Anyone agree Target should be left back? I think Chilwell personally, but Pope having a canny game so far, says Robert. The advert for the merch is the most exciting thing I've seen in 50 minutes. Chilwell should be left back, says House Bacon. Yeah, I agree. Carl thinks Target. Speak for yourself. I love seeing my grandparents miss as son of THC. Yeah, me too, to be fair. Gaz Bruce Gates says Andrew. Fair shout Bacon, says Carlos. Stu says Southgate worries me about being a woke twat than the job he's employed to do. He's very namby-pamby soft-ass, isn't he? England at the bottom of this group, we're relegated. That's official. Hungary have won in Germany. They're top of the group with 10 points with only one round of matches to go. But if Italy beat Hungary in the final game, they will top the group and overtake Hungary. But England are relegated. We're now going to the next group down, whoever they might be in now. I'm going to put Gogglebox on. I know it's on after this. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. Shit. How do you think Pope's done? Not too bad. Bit unorthodox at times. His distribution wasn't as good as it usually is for Newcastle. But he couldn't do anything about the goal. Northeast Gaz says is Pope and Jits playing. Paul was in the house. Carlos thinks the second half was boring also. Compared to the first, it wasn't. V Vendetta, what the fuck is Saka doing at left wing back? Yes, I agree. Tony's on his fourth Messi and probably on. Well, this was kind of getting on for an hour ago, so he's probably on a few more since then. Let's cut through this shit and get some. Rachel's turned the football off, but we'll stay listening to me. Rachel's holding up the white flag. And now, there's a story, but I'm not going to say it because it's kind of... I imagine that the white flag would be quite a popular flag in the country we just played, but I'm not going down that road. Absolutely not. No. Do we have any words on Roger Federer retiring? Best grass court player of all time. What a player. We've been spoiled for choice with tennis players the past 20-odd years. I also thought McEnroe was the best player I ever saw, but I don't know. I'm not sure now. We're at the point where Reece James did his free kick. Oh, dear. Let's go from the Kane headbutt. Kane headbutted, yeah, he was. But I think it was more his own fault than anything. Chinless wonder, says Tony. Did it hurt Harry? Yeah, obviously. How's the Bacon says take it on the chin. Julie's commenting on Reece James's hair. The only player who deserves to wear this shirt is Pope, says Tony. And Tangle Wife says Billy's commentary is so good it's a piece of piss to sync up. Back to Pope. Popey man of the match. Pope's the only one that looks decent there. Yes, indeed. Another one, yeah, I didn't think of him. Jesus Christ, that's good. I'm not saying it. If we ever do that quiz again, I'm not asked that. I won't. There's no real intent in any England sucking. This is a piss take. Yeah, it was. Julia thinks there's a twin in the Italian team. Indeed. Whoever signs Bellingham will next have a superstar. Yeah, I thought he had a good game tonight. The number 15 for Italy was the twin, was he? I can't remember who that was. A Serbi. Andrew thinks Bellingham for the Toon. Now, the number 4 was the twin, was he? Toloi. From Atalanta, yeah. Julie's A says Bellingham for the Toon. Bellingham and Barella, says Tony. I'd say Bellingham on tonight's performance, even though obviously he was in the second best side. Colton says even the stadium felt empty. It did, yeah. Get Murphy on, says Carlos. Kane is as much use of chocolate fire guard, says James. Salah was supporting Italy. Tony wanted Murphy and Wood. It was that bad. And Andrew says, what Southgate needs here is Chris Wood, who you know how to really change the game. Any idea what the attendance is? Because the ground's not a clue. Absolutely no idea. Matt says, please vote for Luke Links Football, the best new new content. Yeah, could do that. Yeah, probably will do. I don't know. We'll have a look. Chris Wood and Southgate are perfect, which said James. Please subscribe to Luke Links Football, who does football commentary and football. Yeah, no advertising of the channels on our channel, mate, please. Yeah, it's a bit rude. Exactly, said James Welsh. I feel like I'm watching cricket. A good save by Pope again. Yeah. Spacebar laughed at something I said, but I don't know what it was. Wish we had a score like cricket, Tony. Go on, Pope. Popey Soapy. Mary was in the house at one time. Everything, I thank you. Seems like it came on an interesting moment. I don't know what happened then. How ugly is Kane, says Carlos. Tony says, according to my kids when they were young, I have bald hair. Well, there you go. And this is where the goal comes in, by the sound of it. What a load of garbage. Sack Southgate. It was a good goal, though, wasn't it? You've got to give credit. It was a good goal. Walker's part in it was horrendous. That goal's been coming, says Kieran. Southgate says, well, you know, we huffed and puffed, but we didn't quite have enough quality and they took their chance. It's not very positive going into the World Cup. Absolutely not. Definitely need Bruce sort this mess out, relegation specialist. Come on, everybody. Let's do the John Barnes rap the lads. We just couldn't get the victory over the lines of Spacebar. Miggy's nemesis coming off. Geordie Huayman makes a good point. Walker was terrible at St James's and again tonight. A player in decline. Yes, I agree. Is Southgate taking notes or dancing his way out for a payout? Yes, possibly. We're not winning the Milk Cup, never on the World Cup, says Tony. How much more we got? 8, 9, 14, so 1 miles behind. Let's come down. I'm going to have to skip loads of comments. Well, let's go from, hang on. Rachel was watching FBI Most Wanted. We came in to keep people awake if you're falling asleep. How should step in for just the World Cup? I mean, he could do that, couldn't he? Good show that, Rachel, about the FBI. Go on, yeah, it ain't bad at all. Are we sure Bruce is in charge? Says Steve McMurchie. Stu says Southgate out toothless, boring loser. He isn't toothless, so that's the point. He's got very big teeth, isn't he? Very, well, yeah, big teeth. These players are sucking life out of football. Saved by Pope again. Maguire stepping up then like an amateur, hard to watch. Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing at times, but couldn't fault him for his effort, I guess. Looks like we were wasting time when we were a goal down. Taggy says the women's team putting the men's team to shame. They play with spirit, design, heart. These lot, nothing inspiring at all. Score, yeah, 1 in Italy. England looking as shit as them new shirts. Ref is poor, but so we don't deserve anything from this. No, you're right. And then we have chippers again. I love England. This is the worst I've seen this in a long time. Well, step back to the last game we played against Hungary. Worse then, weren't we? Christ. We have had some poor sides in our time, I've got to say. Yeah. We are shite and deserve to go out of this play. Absolutely. Tom Lynch, Gareth relegate. Southgate needs to play some attacking football with rubbish. He doesn't know how to. Water. Doesn't know how to. Not in his DNA to play attacking football. Middlesbrough's bored of shit off everyone. Southgate is no longer the one. He certainly has stopped turning me on. And he's left our Nations League campaign in a hole again. Yeah. Best thing about this game has been the Italian suits. Always well known for good suit, the Italians. Anyone remember the Pizza Hut? Yes, indeed. Things can't get any worse, says Mark. Smashed in the team. Danny Mills took Took you to shite, blame everything apart from players and manager. What a snooze fest. Yeah, Danny Mills is a bit of a prick, isn't he? Let's be perfectly honest. Southgate's had a good run, no doubt, but come on, this team is going backwards now. The pool of talent he can do. Yes, you're right. Just remember he will be using that bug again after that shit show. Alex just wants to watch the Toon. Maybe Newcastle. I remember Newcastle being so good, even the Honey Monster played for us. Indeed, he did. Yeah. Tom Lynch, the tabloids may go with that. V Vendetta asking, why commentate on a match that's free to air on TV? Because the commentators on TV are shite, mate. Basically. Carlton thought he was a sub. What channel is this game on in England? It was on Channel 4. Everyone could watch it. But Steve Bauer and Joe Cole and whoever else was in the commentary box, of course they're bad. At least they ain't Sam Matterface. And Jules says, because not everyone might have it available to watch, indeed. Yeah. Remember Shearer's Lucas advert bicycle kit? Yes, that was good. Just a question. You can't wait for the pundits to kiss up. They probably are going to, but they shouldn't do, really. 6 minutes added time. Jesus, stop that. Yep, we're almost at the end of the comments now. We love coming in, chatting. Great to do that. Indeed, says Mary. George says, this is why I don't watch England. Always let you down. Tried to watch, turn off for 10 minutes. Well, you have the lucky end of the stick because it was awful for the vast majority of that. Nice pass to the keeper from Rice. This is exactly what happens when you select players. You can't get a club game and leave informed players out. Southgate is a complete tool. You bang on, mate. You bang on. Yeah, you're right. This is predictable dispatch of Tom, says how's the bacon? Absolute pony, says Matthew. Yeah, it was. The game has been lifting. Imagine playing top whack to follow these losers. Jeez, it's almost criminal. Cesre's in the house. Hi, did I make it on time? You managed to miss the game, which is probably good for you because it was absolutely fucking awful. He's saying hello to all his fellow mods. Gononto is 18. Looks good. 18? He must have gone to Oberfemi Margin's school. He looks about fucking 30. Christ, 18. Yeah, he does look a good player, though. I've got to say, Eden, you're right. But 18? George says, I write a song called Toon Review. Toon was meant to record to say, how do I send it to Paul? Email in the description. Send it as an MP3 or an MP4 to that, mate, if you could. That might work. That's probably the best way of doing it. But yeah, appreciate that. Nice one. Tanguy Vivid, England's women's coach, she could. Better than him. Wales will be quaking in their boots watching this. Yes, I don't think so. The USA and Iran will fancy the chances also, says Tanguy Vivid. Yeah. England relegated, Foxy. V Vendetta said last time England went this long without a goal from open play was in 2014. One game before the World Cup in Brazil. Yeah, we were shit then and all, weren't we? Let's be honest, we were fucking dreadful. Typical England only turn on the heat the last 10 minutes when they were good goal down. Yeah, you're right. Southgate's an absolute knacker. You're right, COG revenge. Absolutely cock on. Need more wins for this and to pick on my body cold, says Jules. After this, I'm going to have a good drink because I need one. Because I've had this. And then the previous game was the Bournemouth Watchalong, which was terrible. And then previous one to that was the Palace one, which was okay. It was a little bit better, but still was. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm pulling all the shit games lately, I've got to say. England and Germany on Monday, it'll probably be 4-3 or something. It'd be a fantastic game. Anyway, Paul said we would save it through the group. I'm now convinced if we don't make it out of the group, we don't score a goal in open play. Is this ref a Liverpool fan, says Carlos? Lots of people saying. Mary says, ref needs a Specsavers visit. Spacebar. Twatful performance. Absolutely twatful. Yep, nice description. I think that's a good word to use. Garby says Jed. Nicely lost to us. Whoop says Colton. The British Empire has put an L. Andrea, that was everything I expected to be with Southgate. Bring on the Germans, says Geordie. More booze. Get Allardyce back, says Tony. Christ, things ain't that bad. Well, they are. It could have been 3 or 4, to be honest. Italy didn't try, said Tanguy. I probably agree with you. Ian says, great commentary, believe, and if not a great game, it was a pathetic game. Is Al Taltz around, says Stu? You know what? He had a good side, didn't he? He knew how to manage an international football team. People saying that Ken says people saying that these league games mean nothing. Well, I'm afraid they do. England getting relegated, which means they lose FIFA ranking points, so in future tournaments might not be seeded. Yeah. Facebook user, whoever you may be, we never know what score, and we didn't know. The head of betting at the end was the nearest we came. Just showing the goal again now. I mean, Pope had no chance for that. But Kyle Walker's defending was absolutely piss poor. Piss poor. Worst win England had been in 8 years. Altal's a legend, says Julie, indeed. Don't think Southgate got the memo that football is part of the entertainment industry. Exactly, Anna. Exactly. We were terrible, says Ian. Great commentary, Billy. That was horrific. It was. Pope's distribution was poor. Yes, I agree with you. That was definitely the worst part of his game. Not sure what position Maguire was playing. Yeah, nor me. He was a bit of left back, bit of CDM. You know, bit all over the shop, really. There was no routine to any of it, was there? Let's be perfectly honest. The pundits will defend the indefensible. Southgate out. They will. They always do. Absolute disgrace for performance yet again. Can't defend it. Interesting to see who in the media does. Southgate has to be under huge pressure. Yeah, it's the timing of it, though. It's just too close to the World Cup. Yeah. Had this been 6 months ago or 12 months ago, yeah, I agree. Vortex says, well done commentating on a bloody awful game, Billy top man. Thank you very much, Vortex. Appreciate that. Yes, thank you. It was a lifting game, Stuart. Disgusting. Carl says, I'm not even going to go this Southgate dribble. The team needs life in it. And Southgate is a Debbie Downer. Yeah. Don Coco, England will win nothing to Southgate. I think you're perfectly definite. Colton says, fans wasted when you see that. Yeah. At least we are sitting in our cosy homes. Imagine a journey back to track. Indeed. So that was the best thing, lads, offer. Yeah. I forgot England were playing. Seems like it was on the track. Yeah, you're the lucky one. You're the lucky one. Baz says, shocking night. Thanks, matey. Appreciate that. Jules, literally, what's the point of this game? England, Germany, never pointless, are they? He's always a bit spicy, I guess. But we're going to get our asses kicked. Southgate should be happy. He picked his out form players. This is what happens. Why should anyone be surprised? Absolutely. Did you see Grealish teammate ignore him coming off? Says up the A1. Yeah, he was a bit of a twat. England's worst manager ever. You're getting blocked, dickface. Jude Pope. Yeah, two best players. Agree, Bob, says Julie J. Now they're rubbing it with this advert. Peroni. More tippers' sites. Southgate would come out with his usual coma inducing. Do you know what? I misread the word coma then. I wasn't going to say it. You don't want to know what I thought it said. But anyway, coma inducing dribble. Who the hell is he going to inspire with crack like that, man? He's let his head. You're right. Anne Whitehouse says it's a disgrace. That was shit. Unbelievably bad it was, yes. We're going to lose our manager to England. You know, I'm worried about that, Stanley, I've got to say. Everyone's saying he won't take it, but I'm not so sure. The England job's a massive one. That's got to be the pinnacle of a professional football manager's career, surely. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't be for me, but I don't know. I'll try and get him, but he won't leave the Toon, says Julie J. I'm glad Italy wins. Still, that won't get the yes man sacked, says Super White. Kirkland. Yeah. What was the score? 1-0 to Italy. Dido. We raised the white flag, I'm afraid, and lost 1-0. Dido. Mary's still here. Fox says Bielsa for the World Cup will win games 5-4. Pope Harris, no, but Julie J, I doubt if England calls, hard to say no, says Stanley. So I'm kind of with you a little bit. Southgate should be replaced as Arman. We can't go to the World Cup, says Bruno G, with this man in charge. Excuse for a team that says Jag. Southgate will not be replaced. He's too much of a knee bending. Yes, man. Yeah, that's another fair point. And Declan Rice said we controlled the game. Right. Indeed not. Jose Mourinho thinks Carl. Team choice and tactics are to blame Ian. We have to play in England to do way better. Couldn't agree more. Rice needs to leave the deluded alone. It's a space bar. Absolutely. Most seem to think that was Italy's third and fourth tier players. No, it wasn't, mate. That's absolute nonsense, I'm afraid. Southgate has never been the one deluded, if you ever thought he was. Super White. No, I never thought he was, to be fair. He's a relegation merchant, says Matomi Trevor. Get him out. Keith's here. The team is deflated from losing a final and getting knocked out of the semi. They've all emotionally tagged out of Southgate's reign. Needed change after the Hunger Games. Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Jag says, Ian, I don't believe that. The players know the position. They know what they have to do. If Southgate left, who would take over? Yeah, don't know. Too defensive, says Alex. Fucking moron. He can't even learn his lessons. Stanley thinks that we better go on the phone to Marino because next year Eddie off to England. But no, I'm not sure about. I think they'd approach him. And I think he'd be interested, but whether he go or not, they'd catch a fish. Southgate has all the charisma of a blank piece of paper, says Tom. He's right. He's boring as shit. Foxy would love Jude at Bellingham at Newcastle, but he's ready for league clubs right now. Top level player, indeed he is. Rice was non-existent. He did nothing to drive the ball, just playing back passes. Ali, they might know it, but they don't play it, says Ian. I'm going to come to the end of the chat now. Italy will only have kept 2 clean sheets last 8 games, and the mighty Macedonia managed to score past them. Before tonight, it was last team to fail to score past them. Probably us. They're 0-0. Julie says Southgate has the same dentist as Klopp. England have better players than any of the big horse in the World Cup, but Southgate is the worst. England are so bad, I'd rather look at a baboon, says Stu. Bellingham's transfer fee has just gone up 20 million. Channel 4 commentary is shite. Billy Way much better. It's not coming home, says Nathan. I don't think we ever thought he would. Southgate wouldn't even say how's the bacon, he'd say how's the vegan bacon substitute, says Tom. As a Welshman, needs some knee gaming, I was not quaking. No, I wouldn't have thought you were, mate. Yeah, nothing to worry about for Wales. I wouldn't have thought, but there you go. And apologies for Paul calling you Jason last night, because it's not who we thought it was, but I'm sure. If USA play the women's team, they'll beat it, says Ian Anderson. What elite team in Europe would have Southgate? None. Not one. John J.J. Jones says, can't believe the media and ex-players think Southgate's a manager of any sort. Turn this into a laughingstock. Maguire playing England, not good enough for Man United. Yeah. Do you think he will go, Jim? I don't think so, no. He's too close to the World Cup. He's too close. He wouldn't get any league clubs to Space Bar. Coming to the end now. Clueless in Italy starring Southgate, says Steve. Get Mike Bassett into the end of the season. Couldn't do any worse. 4-4 fucking 2. Could he? Space play. Shouldn't get a job in the Northern League, says Tom. Terrible, says the British Army. Could we stop Howe for Southgate? Yes. George is off. Everyone's going. Everyone's saying goodbye. Lee says if Callum is fit, he's head and shoulders above what we had tonight. Pace, power, and he can find the back of that. Harry Kane is really past his best. What positions was Xhaka playing? Saka played left wing back, believe it or not. Pathetic. Right. Come to the end. Declan Rice failed screen the edge of the box to spot the ball travelling 50 plus yards with the overhyped gammon poster ball. Useless, says G Mac. That'll do for me. End of the show. Thanks for joining us, folks. If you like what you've seen, give us a like. And also, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you've really enjoyed what you've seen. And also, memberships are available too. And of course, top of the chat is the link to the Content Creators Awards thing that we've been nominated for final 8 in the UK, in England, sorry, amongst thousands of Premier League clubs. You go to the best club content creator and the Premier League section drop-down box, find the Toon review, hit the button for us there, give us a vote. Very much appreciated. And that. So good night. Really, thanks for coming. Big hearts to the mods for also joining us. You lot for sticking through that absolute dog's bollocks of a game. Been absolutely awful, boring, tedious, all the crap things that you want to say. Horrendous. But you've stuck with me. I've spoke about it. Been a terrible game. But thanks for joining us. As always, it's been a pleasure being with you. I've got to give you that comment before we go any further. And then I will bid you all a good night. We're back Sunday with, I don't know what we're doing Sunday, but we'll definitely show Sunday night. And of course, Monday night, the England-Germany game, which Paul and Alex will be doing between them as a commentator, co-commentator. We call it a Martin Tyler, Gary Neville type situation. That's Monday. Sunday, don't know what's going to be about. we're not going to get much laughs out of that. So we'll think of something to do Sunday. But thanks again for joining us, folks. You've been great as always. Toon of your family, I love you all. However, that's and that's it. That's all I can say. See you soon.